actually, it is being interpreted that way. That is actually not the case. But it is the way, but that is the accepted interpretation now.
Yes. So going on that basis, that this is the accepted interpretation, is you then write the law to say anybody who was born here but of illegal parents, you have to be sent back. Now I think you've opened a can of ex post facto law, and I think that just gets really, really messy. And the way I see it, they should be granted their U.S. citizenship. They should be allowed to stay. However, they are not allowed to hold dual citizenship, as any other American citizen is not allowed to have if they were born here. Just like I have.
You see, I don't know. No, I understand your ex post facto law. I got that. The other thing that I'm interested in, though, is that I don't think you get to choose whether they hold dual citizenship. If they go back to Costa Rica, okay, let's assume they go back to Costa Rica, and they turn 18 years of age, and they say, okay, I want to have that. I want to have that option of being able to hold Costa Rican and American citizenship. I think they ought to have that.
Doesn't the current American law prohibit somebody who was born in the U.S. from holding dual citizenship in another country?
No, well, maybe, but that's because of their parents, their parentage. In this particular case, there would be two foreign nationals having a child here. Okay, which, by the way, happens all the time. The diplomatic corps of all these other countries have children here in the United States all the time. They do not automatically become American citizens. They can apply for dual citizenship if they want to, but they are not automatically American citizens. And I think that's the template we use.
I would agree with that. To make one point along my same lines, though, and I realized my aunt was born of American parents, but when she decided to move to Canada, she was forced upon acquiring Canadian citizenship to renounce her American citizenship.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, if they did not want to hold dual citizenship, they'd have to renounce one or the other. They'd have to decide which country they wanted to live in. But once again, that's an option they should have. That's an option, for example, that Ted Cruz just exercised when he decided that he would renounce his Canadian citizenship and remain an American.
And I would agree with all of that. The only thing that I would say is, like I said before, you have to be careful with ex post facto. You let the ones who are already citizens stay. You allow their parents, or you give their parents an immigration number and essentially a visa number that is set to expire the date that their child turns 18. The date their child turns 18, they have to either apply for citizenship or they have to return to their country.
All right. By the way, in case you don't know, an ex post facto law is a law that makes illegal an act that was legal when committed, increases the penalties for an infraction after it has been committed, which would not apply, or changes the rules of evidence to make conviction easier. The Constitution specifically prohibits the making of ex post facto law. In other words, you cannot create a law that makes it a crime. We're not charging these people with anything. What we're doing is we are interpreting their citizenship, their citizenship, their level of citizenship. I believe that somebody who's born here in the United States, hey, you know what? I believe that you've got a very strong case to apply for American citizenship when you're 18 years of age. But I don't believe that that's a pass for your entire family to join the United States. Sorry, that isn't it. That should never be it. And that it was that way was only because that mainstream media and the Democrat Party have wedged this issue by threatening Republicans and anybody else who wanted to argue. Well, Donald Trump's kind of above that fray, and he is making the most of it. And I think that is a huge service to this nation. Huge. Let me get to Harlan and Grote, Oak Leaf, Texas. Welcome back.
Thank you, JD. Jacob Howard, the writer of the 14th Amendment, never intended that it was intended for the freed slaves. It was never intended for any illegal alien, and it stated so whenever in his writings about that amendment.
Yep.
Trumbull, Senator Trumbull, also of that era, wrote a similar dissent about that same deal. It's just wrong. It always has been wrong. And my congressman, a Republican, has said, no, it says so in the Constitution. In the story, I've tried to get him to study that with me.
Sure.
He won't do it.
Yeah. Well, they don't want to, because what they don't want to do is they don't want to be stuck. They don't want to be in a situation where there are plenty of, look, there are definitions all through American history. Okay. If you want to read any of this, if you want to read the definitive, and I mean the definitive tome on this particular issue, get Adios America by Ann Coulter. It'll explain everything. Everything. And by the way, she annotates it everywhere. I mean, you can go through her research. She's a research wonk. Anyway, you can go through her research and you can see it for yourself. Let me get to Kimberly in Dallas, Texas. Kimberly, thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Wells Report. What do you think about this?
Hi. Well, I've been listening to everything, and I agree with a majority of what's being said, but I have a little bit of a different perspective in that I would not be for revoking citizenship for those who have already been granted it. I think what we need to do is, and I'm so glad that we're finally having bold conversations about this.
Finally.
But yes, but I think what we need to do is say, okay, going forward, this is the way it's going to be. And I do believe that all the people that are here under President Obama's little trick that he pulled, I don't agree with them staying. The people who have been granted full citizenship, I think the fair thing to do is say, okay, going forward, this is the way we're going to proceed, and not be retroactive about it. Because, you know, a lot of these people, you know, they may have been here 30 years. They've built dreams. We've told them they're a citizen, and I just don't believe that's the right thing to do, to revoke citizenship.
I think that what you do is you just give them Reagan citizenship and call it a day. You give them Reagan amnesty and call it a day. You're listening to the Wells Report. This is 660 AM The Answer.
Hey everybody, Mark Davis from my friends at Good Feet, America's #1 arch support. And that invites the question, who needs arch supports? Answer is more people than you think. Do your feet hurt at the end of a day? That's not just the way life is supposed to be. You should have arch support where your feet feel great even at the end of a long day of walking. If your feet hurt at the beginning of the day, man, you got all kinds of issues and they can be helped. You can get out of pain with arch support. It could be structural misalignment, plantar fasciitis, kind of a foot alignment, supination, overpronation, all these technical things that they know about at Good Feet. And what you'll know is you can walk in pain. You can limp in and walk out pain-free. This happens with so many people. I want to send everybody to goodfeetdfw.com, goodfeetdfw.com, Plano, Fort Worth, Southlake. Absolutely fantastic people. No shots, no medicine, no surgery, just relief from pain. So get out of pain today, 888-660-0942. 888-660-0942 or goodfeetdfw.com. That's goodfeetdfw.com.
The following is not an actor, but a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
I had numerous credit cards, and I was struggling with paying them off.
If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-758-5360 to talk to a certified counselor.
I had heard about Trinity, so I made the call. They took care of all of my credit cards, and now I am completely debt-free.
Trinity will consolidate your accounts into one easy-to-manage monthly payment, put a stop to late fees and over-limit charges, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands.
The people at Trinity are very friendly. They will do whatever you need them to do in order for you to feel better about being in a very difficult place.
If your debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-758-5360.
My name is Ann, and I'm debt-free for keeps.
1-800-758-5360.
Attention men, are you tired of being tired all the time, lacking energy? Are you tired of not being able to lose the excess weight you've gained? In many cases, it's caused by low T or a decrease in testosterone levels that our body produces. The good news is that advances in medical treatments can now reverse these symptoms. The doctors at National Vitality Centers have helped thousands of men feel years younger, have more energy, and perform better at work, at the health club, and yeah, even in the bedroom. National Vitality is a men's health clinic that is comprised of professionals that have years of experience and expertise treating personal issues that men will face. Call National Vitality Center for a confidential visit and a $99 consultation that will include a comprehensive hormone panel and examination through the month of August. Call 214-301-0994. That's 214-301-0994. Or find us at nationalvitality.com. You can again feel like you did 20 years ago.
I'm Nick Soboleski, a Select Quote agent with a true story that could save you hundreds of dollars a year. A woman named Linda just called. Her husband, Ray, has a $300,000 group life insurance policy, but is changing jobs and can't take it with him. Well, I impartially shopped the highly rated term life insurance companies we represent and found Ray, who is 41 and takes medication to control his cholesterol, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $26 a month. That's almost twice the coverage for less than half of what he had paid. If SelectQuote hasn't shopped for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 1-800-573-2467. That's 1-800-573-2467. 1-800-573-2467. Or go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
If you're tired of the free product pushing marketing seminars only to be passed off to an inexperienced advisor once they have your money, call Empowered Wealth Financial Services. You deserve a personalized and confidential relationship with a team of financial experts that can coordinate all of the areas of a comprehensive financial plan: investment planning, tax planning, insurance planning, and estate planning.
Hi, I'm Rick Poston, two-time best-selling author and nationally recognized financial expert featured on Fox Business Channel, CNN, and CNBC. I've been published in Forbes magazine. I direct a team of experts, including a chartered financial consultant, a chartered life underwriter, a chartered advisor for senior living, 2 CPAs, and a board-certified estate planning attorney. If you're tired of the pushy seminars, experience the financial experts you and your money deserve at Empowered Wealth. Call 469-361-4020 to discuss your financial goals, or go to empoweredwealthfinancialservices.com.
660 AM, The Answer. Isn't thinking so much more fun than getting yelled at? The Wells Report on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Telephone number 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759. Okay, so finally things are beginning to shake loose in this immigration mess. Rick Perry started it by closing the border. Donald Trump wants to continue it by closing the rest of the border, walling it off, getting control of this border. And I think he's right. Let me get to Ed in Fort Worth, Texas. What do we do about the kids that have been born here? Do we revoke their citizenship? Do we make them apply for it at age 18? What do we do?
No, actually, I've been listening, and most people are pretty close. You can't revoke their citizenship. They are citizens, but not under the 14th Amendment. The 14th Amendment in the 1860s, there were court rulings that gave Congress the right to determine who was under jurisdiction. There is currently a law. It's actually 8 U.S.C. 1401 subsection A specifies that a baby born on American soil to one, a foreign ambassador.
Okay, hang on a second. Don't go anywhere, Ed. We got to bring you back. You're listening to the Wells Report. We continue this conversation after the top of the hour. Next on the Wells Report.
This is Larston Crockett, and I want to introduce you to GenoStem. This product has changed the supplement world forever. Are you tired of having a collection of synthetic vitamins that could be toxic with side effects? GenoStem is in a category all its own. It has 18 amino acids and 21 naturally occurring growth factors. I take GenoStem, and I've experienced a loss of body fat, increased lean muscle mass. I have more energy throughout the day, sleep better at night, and I'm a better man in the boardroom, the bedroom, and the gym. I take GenoStem, and I believe you should too. GenoStem has changed the lives of thousands of people. Shouldn't you be one? If you're an athlete, weekend warrior, or just a regular man or woman who wants to improve your quality of life, learn more and place your order at my website, genostem.com. Enter code USA at checkout to save 10%. Don't take my word for it. Try it and be amazed. Order today at genostem.com. That's genostim.com. Get 10% off and 100% money back guarantee to change your life. You want the golden key for your health? It's at genostim.com.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. I love birthdays, and our friends at Abacus Foundation Repair are celebrating 15 years of serving North Texas with the highest quality foundation repair, and they want to give something to you. On their 15th anniversary, $1,000 off any job with 10 pilings or more. Not only are you going to save $1,000, you'll have the peace of mind knowing that with Abacus Foundation, you're getting the elite state-of-the-art solution for your home. Millennium composite pilings. Nobody else has them. Abacus has an A-plus business rating from the Better Business Bureau, 6 straight years running on that. The expansion and contraction of Texas soils mean a lot of us have foundation issues. You don't want to call the wrong people. Call the right people first for the absolute best foundation repair. Affordable, reliable home warranty that you can pass on to subsequent owners of your home. Give them a call today, 972-406-9000, 972-406-9000, abacusfoundationrepair.com. Ask about $1,000 off. abacusfoundationrepair.com.
In these uncertain times, you can't afford to take chances. So come on out to the Tier 1 Gun Show this weekend, August 22nd and 23rd at the Mesquite Rodeo Convention Center. You'll find everything you need to protect yourself and your family. Guns, knives, ammo, accessories, survival supplies, and much, much more, all in a safe, fun, and family-friendly environment. Parking is free, so be sure to come on out, buy, sell, or trade at the Tier 1 Gun Show this weekend at the Mesquite Rodeo Convention Center. Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Visit tier1gunshows.com. That's tier1gunshows.com. Be there.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group on the NASDAQ as SALM, KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Joe Chiaro. Officials say 3 Washington State firefighters have been killed. 4 were injured battling a blaze near the town of Twisp. Jeb Bush and Donald Trump sparring tonight. Bush in New Hampshire touting his record.
Long-time proven conservative record. Mr. Trump doesn't have a proven conservative record.
Trump, a few miles away, blasting Bush.
I would say between Common Core, his active love on immigration, and skin in the game with Iraq, that's the third one that we've now added. I don't see how he's electable.
Trump calling Bush a low-energy person. There may be more opportunity for women in the military.
Admiral John Greenert, the chief of naval operations, said he and the head of the Naval Special Warfare Command believe that if women can pass the grueling 6-month SEALs training, they should be allowed to serve in the Navy SEALs.
Fox Radio's John Decker. Fox News, we report, you decide.
You're listening to 660 AM, The Answer.
Dennis Gibbs, the boat guy, here with the Big Boat and Outdoor Show. It's boating time, folks, so don't forget to tune in to the only boating talk show on 660 AM The Answer every Saturday evening from 6 to 7 p.m. Brought to you by BoatSelect.com, the site with thousands of boats for sale, or list your boat for free on BoatSelect.com. I know you have questions about your boat or one you're buying. Email those questions to me at BigBoatShow@yahoo.com.
Hi, I'm John Hill, founder of the Good Contractors List, and this is the Good Contractors List Word of the Month. I love a good, encouraging, positive message, but some days there just isn't enough times you can look in the mirror and say to yourself, this is going to be a great day. Some days are just not fun. On those days, you can focus on the problem and start telling yourself that things are never going to get better. Or you can say to yourself, I'm going to wait this storm out. The Bible talks about the armor of God in Ephesians 6. It says, therefore, put on the full armor of God, so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground. And after you've done everything, to stand. Some days, all we can do is just stand there and face the evil day. knowing that the armor of God is enough. Submit yourself to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. I'm John Hill, founder of the Good Contractors List.
The word of the month has been brought to you by thegoodcontractorslist.com.
Warning, if you're drowning in debt you can't afford, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to pay it all back, because you don't. What the credit card companies don't want you to know is that there's actually a way to get debt-free without paying off your entire debt or going bankrupt. If you have $5,000 or more in credit card debt, you now have the right to settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. For free information, call Debt Relief Advocates now. 1-800-500-8980. We'll even show you how much money you could save. If you can't afford to pay off all your debt, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to. Call Debt Relief Advocates now for free information on how to get debt-free faster than you ever thought possible, without debt consolidation or bankruptcy. We depend on your success and offer a guarantee, so there's no risk. For free information, call now. 1-800-500-8980. That's 1-800-500-8980. 1-800-500-8980.
Hey, it's Mark Davis with something I know you do not want to spend your summer doing. Paying 2 mortgages while only living in one house, or stuck in one house that you can't sell when there's another house right over there across town that you'd love to move into, but you can't. If you're stuck in a home you can't sell and nobody else has been able to sell it for you, let me solve that for you. Josh DeShong, my hero. He sold our home. Josh DeShong and the now famous Josh DeShong home selling team. Here's how he works. Marketing budget like nobody else. Energy like nobody else. Putting your house in front of so many people, you only need one buyer. He will find it. Here's his pledge. You'll sit down with Josh DeShong, talk about a price and a time frame. If your house does not sell at that agreed upon price in that agreed upon time frame, that's it. Josh DeShong will buy your house. Your house will get sold. That's why his website is getsold.net. Getsold.net. Call Josh today. Get him on your team. 972-325-6644. 972-325-6644 or getsold.net.
Sample comes with a 90-day order. Copays and deductibles may apply.
If you or someone you care for are using painful urinary catheters, Medical Direct Club can help. There's a new catheter that hurts less, and you can get a free sample with free shipping by calling now. Pain and urinary tract infections can be avoided if you're using urinary catheters. The new disposable catheters from Medical Direct Club hurt less due to an incredible new design that reduces pain by gliding easily and effortlessly. Old catheters can scrape and cut, causing pain and infection. These new catheters from Medical Direct Club are changing the lives of people who use urinary catheters. Medicare and your insurance will pay for up to 200 of these new catheters per month at little or no cost to you. Medical Direct Club handles all of the paperwork with your doctor and includes lifetime free shipping when you join. Membership and a free sample are free, so call Medical Direct Club now. 1-800-600-6144. That's 1-800-600-6144. End painful cathing today. Call 1-800-600-6144.
Welcome. We're here with a very special guest today, known by his family as Mike Manning from ChillFactorAC.com, but known to thousands of customers as simply the AC Whisperer. So, Mike, how did you get labeled with the name the AC Whisperer?
You've been talking to my wife again, haven't you? That's all very cute, but honestly, I think she calls me that because I succeeded in solving some very complicated issues over the years. I use a very accurate diagnostic protocol that has proven to be very reliable. It allows me to pinpoint the root cause of the problem and offers you the option of having me repair your system rather than replacing it.
For more information about this legend of AC, go to the AC Whisperer's website, chillfactorac.com. That's chillfactorac.com. And don't be confused with those other imitators out there. There is only one chillfactorac.com that has the AC Whisperer. So stay cool this summer with chillfactorac.com.
If you've got questions, we've got answers. 660 AM. The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. What we're doing here is we are continuing the conversation from last hour. And I'm gonna lay this out here. Okay, all of us are exceedingly frustrated with the immigration system in the United States. If you're not frustrated with it, it's because you're a leftist android who wants to re-demography or demograph America so that you can move some Central American leftist communist junta into the United States. Okay, and if that's the way you feel, you're in the right country to feel that way. Go right ahead, but you don't have a place in this conversation. All right, because I'm an American. I was born in America. This is going to be America. I'm not losing this country on my watch. Out of the flipping question. Okay, so do whatever it is that you want to do, but what we're going to do here is we're actually going to solve some of these problems. The Republican Party has played along with the Democrats in exploiting illegal immigration in this country. It has to come to an end. Donald Trump is making this debate possible by virtue of the fact he's just saying we're going to do the right thing. There is so much anger at the professional politician class that Donald Trump may indeed be the next president of the United States. I don't think I don't think he will, but let me tell you something. If he maintains this level of momentum, he'll be the party nominee, regardless of what the Republican Party wants to do. Okay? Now, when we left, we were discussing what we do. The real hard issue on this is, what do we do with the kids who are born here, born on the soil of the United States? Okay. It has to get down to, and this is something that you've heard, it gets down to jurisdiction, and Ed, I believe it was Ed, right? Yeah. Let me get to Ed. You were discussing number 8 U.S. Code 1401, nationals and citizens of the United States at birth.
Correct.
Okay. So what is your thought about that?
Well, it's specified. Well, first of all, the children born to illegal immigrants up until now are citizens. But, as I said, back shortly after the 14th Amendment in Supreme Court cases, jurisdiction was left up to Congress. That's where this code came from. And it specifies that a baby born on American soil to, number one, a foreign ambassador, number two, a head of state, or number three, foreign military prisoner, is not an American citizen.
Okay.
All they have to do is add number 4 to that says where both parents are in this country illegally.
Here's section F of the law that you quoted. A person of unknown parentage found in the United States while under the age of 5 years until shown prior to his attaining the age of 21 years not to have been born into the United States. That's not the right one. There's a subset here. Hold on. There isn't something that covers these people. You're right. You're absolutely right. So, and I believe that this is what Ann Coulter was talking about when she quoted someone from the Seventh Circuit, one of the judges from the Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals, who said that this being U.S. Code, we don't need an amendment to the Constitution. What we need is someone to add to the number 8 U.S. Code 1401 that you've talked about. To add this additional subset of people that do not possess American citizenship.
Right.
Thanks very much, Ed. I appreciate that. That's some real light in this conversation here. Let me get to Robert in Dallas. Robert, what do you think about a kid who's born here of foreign nationals who are here illegally? What do we do with their citizenship?
Well, great show, by the way, JD. What I think we need to do is send them back to their country of origin. They go through the same process that the immigrants that are trying to get in this country legally are. They go through an intensive background check. If there's any criminal element within that family, it is denied. Both parents must learn English, and also they will sign a contract.
Wait a minute. Both parents. Whoa. This doesn't have anything to do with the parents. This is about the kid. The kid has to learn English.
Yeah, but the kids go to the country of origin that the parents came from.
Right, indeed. But they have to be able to speak English. Now, the thing about that is, Robert, That they were born in America, you're saying has absolutely no standing at all. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. All right. So basically they're on their own. All right. So they're just like anybody else. All right. That is a solution that has been talked about before. Wesley and Irving, thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Wells Report. What do you think?
Hey, JD. I think it's a little bit more complicated than everybody's making it out. See, I've actually had my job outsourced or insourced to immigrants before. I'd like to talk about an American celebrity that actually benefited from Anchor Baby, and actually how we all benefited from it. I really dislike illegal immigration, and
well, you need to get to go ahead and get to the point because we've got a lot of calls here. So,
all right, fine.
So,
well, Bruce Lee's a great example.
Right.
Bruce Lee, his parents were doing operas in the California area, and his father's wife was pregnant at the time, had Bruce Lee. He had dual citizenship. His father saw that, he's like, you're not doing very good over here. You're getting in trouble all the time. He sent him over to America with a few bucks in his pocket, and he made a great success. And not only that, when he was over here, he taught martial arts to everybody.
Sure.
The people who, the Chinese that were here said, you can't teach to whites and blacks. He said, I'll teach to anybody who wants to learn.
Yeah, I got you. All right. Thanks, Wesley. I appreciate it. Let me get to Joe in Dallas. Joe, thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Wells Report.
Yes. I was going to offer a suggestion because what Donald Trump is proposing is pretty drastic, and I think the backlash from the Latino community is going to be more than he can handle.
Why would there be a backlash?
Well, because there's going to be a lot of people don't want to go back, and
well, they're here illegally. They're here. Hold on, they're here illegally, correct?
Right.
Well, they don't have any standing. They don't. Well, why would anybody here legally have any problem with them being sent back if they're here illegally?
Well, because family ties. They don't want, whether they're here illegal or not, they're not going to want them to go back.
Well, the thing about it is this: so let me ask you this, Joe. So you've got somebody who is, let's say he's your brother. Okay, you came here, you decided that what you were going to do is you're going to become an American citizen, and he decided he was going to stay in whatever country that he wanted to stay in. And what ended up happening is that you went through the entire process, got your green card, got your American citizenship. You're now a naturalized citizen of the United States. One day, your brother shows up on your porch and says, "Brother, I want to move in." And he's living there illegally. And if somebody catches him and moves him back to his original country, you'd be upset with the controlling authority that made that happen?
Well, I would try to help him in every way I could to become a citizen.
Well, of course you would, but you wouldn't. Would you let him live would you do your best to allow him to live in the country illegally?
Illegally, no.
Okay, so
I have a problem with anyone jumping in line, whether it's at the grocery store or the check cashing.
Well, but you were talking about this Hispanic backlash against Donald Trump. I'm trying to figure out why legal Hispanics would have any reason to permit or to express any kind of negative backlash against anybody who says that American law should be enforced. To not enforce American law means there is no America. Why would there be a backlash, Joe?
Well, they don't care about the law. They're already here, and they just want somebody like Obama to just sign them in and be gone about their business.
But that's not the backlash. That's not the backlash that matters, because the people that are here illegally would be deported. You're saying that there would be a backlash that would linger beyond the people being deported? Who?
Well, the families of the people that are being, having their loved ones being deported, they're gonna.
But if their loved ones are here, if their loved ones are here illegally, then they really don't have a leg to stand on. And oh, by the way, if they want to,
they're still going to, protest. what I was going to suggest.
Why? Well, what would they be
that
protesting? They would be protesting American law, right?
But you know, blood is thicker than water. I mean,
okay,
you know,
but hold on a
don't
second.
Care about the law.
But hold on a second. Okay, if they don't care about the law, then why are we worried about whether or not, since this is a nation of law, why would we care if they're upset?
Well, personally, I don't care.
Okay,
I mean,
but
I don't think they should be here.
Right.
But I'm just saying, I'm speaking generically. You know, Donald Trump, he says he's going to make Mexico pay for the wall.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening.
Oh, it's easy.
But I would suggest
it's absolutely easy.
Happy is that he would have these illegals build the wall, and their reward be citizenship.
Well, I don't think that that's what you'd want to do, because what you want to do is you want to have a defense contractor build a wall. That way we don't have to worry about tunnels. We don't have to worry about people climbing over the top of it. We don't have to worry about any of that. Okay? You have a defense contractor build it. And the way that you make all of this happen, the way you make Mexico pay for it, is you say, okay, you've got your choice. You can either do with $10 billion less foreign aid, or a year, or we'll put a tariff on everything coming from Mexico. You know, made in Mexico now costs $5 more. Now, Mexico will do one of two things. One, they'll stop people from coming over the border to the United States because they don't want a tariff imposed on them. That's thing number one. Thing number two, they don't have any argument at the table whatsoever for America cutting their foreign aid to be commiserate with the costs of building a wall that they insisted be built by virtue of the fact that they absolutely did not do anything to stem the tide of illegal immigration into this nation. In fact, they used that illegal immigration, and this is something that Donald Trump brings up all the time. It's a $20 billion net rise in their economy per year to have all these people here. So what happens is that, okay, there's no money sent across the border except in official means. No money. And oh, by the way, if you send cash, we have serial numbers on all of the bills. Eventually, it's going to come back to the United States. And Mexico's going to present these dollar bills, and we're not going to cash them for them. We're going to say, sorry. So that's how you pay for the wall, in case you're wondering. This is the Wells Report on 660 AM. The Answer. Back with more in a moment.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with the Reliant Air Conditioning Consumer Update. Today's topic is the sales technician. Most companies use their service techs to sell new equipment on service calls. And the more equipment they sell, the more commission they make. But would you buy a new car from your mechanic? The fact is, the guy you're trusting to repair your system actually makes more money if he can sell you a new one. At Reliant Air Conditioning, you get a certified service technician, not a salesman. Our techs don't work on commission and they don't sell equipment. If you need a new system, we're the only company in town that tells you to get 2 other bids and then call us. Now you can save over $3,500 per system with Carrier's Cool Cash. So call 2 other companies, get their price, and then call Reliant Air Conditioning, and you'll see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437 or ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
You've been thinking about switching to solar. Don't wait much longer or you'll miss out on this year's federal tax credit. Move quickly because the tide is turning. Solar power is becoming a threat to big energy profits. In fact, some power companies are even pushing for extra fees to make up for lost revenue. Warning, you must have your solar system up and running by midnight December 31st or you'll miss out on this year's federal tax credit. Energy prices are expected to increase by as much as 40% in the near future. Go solar now with no down payment, interest, or payments for a whole year. You can afford it because we finance. Get your government money and save big every month. Big Energy is getting nervous and the door of opportunity is about to slam shut. Paying $150 a month or more on energy bills? Then call 1-800-MY-SOLAR now for a free in-home assessment. 1-800-MY-SOLAR.
My home, my savings, 1-800-MY-SOLAR.
There was a lot to love about your timeshare. Now that it's time to get out, there's a lot to love about resortrelease.com. Resortrelease.com helps timeshare owners terminate their contracts and end all future payments guaranteed. If you've tried to sell your timeshare, you know how impossible it can feel. But our 100% guarantee lets you legally and permanently walk away or you pay nothing. Resort Release holds a Better Business Bureau A+ rating. We're the only timeshare cancellation company in the nation with their prestigious accreditation. 2016's maintenance fees are on the way. Talk to one of ResortRelease.com's expert asset managers before that bill arrives. 800-281-9595. That's 800-281-9595. Experience ResortRelease.com's easy cancellation process and free yourself from the burden of that timeshare. Call 800-281-9595 or visit ResortRelease.com.
Are you tired of being misled on your investment opportunities? Hello, this is Bob Guest with Texas First Financial. You've heard me expose annuities with their penalties, surrender charges, and less than expected returns. Well, there's a new opportunity being pushed that is supposedly a secret. As it turns out, it's only a modified endowment contract pushed by the insurance industry. Both of these products are high commission, poor performing investments. Real opportunity does exist, but it's not in the insurance industry. If you want solid investments where your money is backed dollar for dollar with hard assets, call Texas First Financial today. No fees or gimmicks in the contract, just 1, 2, and 3-year investments earning 9 to 10% returns. How does this compare with your current investments? Are they backed by hard assets? Give us a call today at 972-570-4444 and get your investments back on track without stock market risk or the gotchas of the insurance industry. Get real investments for real people. Call me at 972-570-4444. You'll be glad you did.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. Got a question. Why is your mobile phone bill going to help Hillary become president of the United States? Answer is, same reason Big Mobile helped Obama win twice. It's what they do. Now Hillary's counting on Big Mobile to help her in 2016. If you're okay with that, don't listen further. But if you don't want to support Hillary or other leftist candidates and causes, switch to EOS Mobile. EOS Mobile. Website is EOScell, EOScell.com to learn more. EOS has the same great nationwide network, high-speed data, voice, pretty much everywhere across the country. EOS has the same devices you have come to love. And with plans starting at $9.99, a plan for every budget. Best of all, EOS Mobile at EOScell.com gives 5% of each bill to conservative causes and candidates. If you're stuck in a contract, they'll buy you out. If you want your phone bill to support conservative candidates, the choice is clear. EOScell.com. Learn more now at EOScell.com. EOScell.com. Same phones, same service, better causes. EOScell.com. EOScell.com.
660 AM, The Answer. 660 AM, TheAnswer.com. Now, the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. How are you doing? Okay, so what we're doing here basically is having the debate that Donald Trump wants us to have. I want everybody, okay, Democrat, Hispanic, Republican, conservative, whatever, weigh in on this issue that Donald Trump has given this nation. An actual, honest-to-goodness, no-kidding debate about what we do with illegal immigration in this nation. Donald Trump makes no bones about it. Build a wall. Get control of the southern border. Deport everyone that is here illegally. Send their kids who were born here with them. The issue is, what do we do with those kids? Donald Trump says a lot of people in America, most of them, for example, they happen to believe that people who are born here and have no other ties because their parents came here specifically to take advantage of a vagary in American law, they don't have American citizenship, and they get to go back to whatever country their parents originated from. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think they certainly do in the short term. I think that when those kids get back to their home nation, they can apply for their citizenship at age 18. And that would absolutely demand a clean and upright record. You know, the superstars that I'm talking about, the all-stars that we get out of our immigration plan, these kids would be the start of that, because they'd go back to their home country and they'd have to toe the line. They'd have to live properly. They would have to stay out of criminal endeavor. And that's not an easy task down there. And then they'd be able to apply. Okay, I was born in Plano, Texas. Here is my birth certificate. I would like to apply for my American citizenship. Make it provisional until they're 21. They have 3 years to prove that they're not going to be jerks. If they screw up between the ages of 18 and 21, they go back home and they have to start the immigration process all over again. But if they don't, they're American citizens. What's wrong with that? Not only that, but say, for example, they apply for American citizenship when they're 18. How about this? If it works out that you can happen to enlist in the United States military, if you were born in this nation, and you lived well in your original country, and you know how to speak English, we'll let you do a 3-year stint in the United States military. After which, you get your citizenship. These are all ideas that don't get talked about unless Donald Trump steps up and says we're going to do the right thing. Let me get to Jimmy in Haltom City, Texas. Jimmy, what do you think?
Well, I'm sick of hearing everybody worried about breaking these criminals' families up, man. The guy that stole my Chevy, if he has kids, man, are we not going to send him to prison because we're afraid of breaking his family up?
I think that's a great point. Let me get to Shane in Azle. Shane, what do you think?
Well, hey, Jon-David, before I get to the main point, I got to address the whole defense contractor thing.
Okay, hold on. Don't go anywhere. I have to keep you then, and you have to find a better phone to talk on because your telephone... Okay, let's see. How do I say this politely? It blows. Telephone
nicely.
blows. Is that nice?
Blows nicely.
Blows nicely. But it blows. Your nice telephone blows. There. Nice. Yeah. We got some class here. Little bit of class learning. Little bit. Just a little. This is the Wells Report.
We've been hearing a lot about Uber lately, so we decided to get out there and talk to some actual Uber partners to get our questions answered.
Is signing up to drive with Uber really hard?
Nope, signing up with Uber is super easy.
It was simple and easy. Okay, but can I drive my own car?
Yes. You get to drive your own car.
But my roommate doesn't even have a car. Can she drive with Uber?
They can help her get a car too.
I wouldn't be able to get a vehicle if it wasn't for Uber. It took me less than 6 hours to get a car.
So you could just sign up and earn money.
Sign up, drive, and you make some money.
You're saying I can just use the smartphone app to make money whenever I want?
Yeah, you just open the app whenever you feel like driving.
All I have to do is turn on my phone, hit the road, and I start making money.
Are the hours good?
I work less hours and I make more money.
I'm my own boss now, so I set my own hours.
Okay, this all sounds pretty great. What do you think I should do?
You need to sign up for Uber.
You can make serious life-changing money when you drive with Uber. Get started today at drivewithuber.com. That's drivewithuber.com. drivewithuber.com.
Hi, I'm Jon-David Wells here for my good friend Walt Parker at investingmakesmesick.com. You've been advertising for years, Walt, but there are still people who are not familiar with investingmakesmesick.com. Tell us about that.
If you're new to the DFW area and looking for investment services to help you understand your investments, as well as help you learn more about choices other than stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and annuities, give us a call. Remember, we do offer our We Come to You service.
If you are not new to DFW and you've been listening to Walt for years, don't wait any longer. It's time to call.
Don't settle for limited investment choices. You owe it to yourself to understand your investment choices.
Walt can help you understand all your options. Call him today, 972-463-3833, or log on to investingmakesmesick.com.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Titan Securities. Member of FINRA SIPCI. Investingmakesmesick.com and Titan Securities are not affiliated. Investment subject to individual investor suitability and risk tolerance. Investments involve a high degree of risk and may be considered speculative and may result in the entire loss of the amount invested. May also incur substantial fees fees and expenses which are borne by the investor.
Men, if you could turn back the clock, say 20 years, would you? See, after the age of 30, our bodies produce about 10% less testosterone, and every year following, it will produce 1 to 3% less. But now, thanks to medical advances in treating low T or low testosterone levels that our body produces, you can and will feel 20 years younger. The doctors at National Vitality Centers have helped thousands of men feel younger, have more energy, and perform better at work, at the health club, and yes, even in the bedroom. National Vitality is a men's health clinic that is comprised of professionals that have years of experience and expertise treating personal issues that men will face. Call National Vitality Center for a confidential visit and a $99 consultation that will include a comprehensive hormone panel and examination through the month of August. Call 972-521-8221. That's 972-521-8221. Or you can find us at nationalvitality.com.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. I love birthdays, and our friends at Abacus Foundation Repair are celebrating 15 years of serving North Texas with the highest quality foundation repair, and they want to give something to you. On their 15th anniversary, $1,000 off any job with 10 pilings or more. Not only are you going to save $1,000, you'll have the peace of mind knowing that with Abacus Foundation, you're getting the elite state-of-the-art solution for your home. Millennium composite pilings. Nobody else has them. Abacus has an A-plus business rating from the Better Business Bureau, 6 straight years running on that. The expansion and contraction of Texas soils mean a lot of us have foundation issues. You don't want to call the wrong people. Call the right people first for the absolute best foundation repair. Affordable, reliable home warranty that you can pass on to subsequent owners of your home. Give them a call today, 972-406-9000, 972-406-9000. AbacusFoundationRepair.com. Ask about $1,000 off. AbacusFoundationRepair.com.
Welcome to Staples.
Hi, Staples guy. I have to get my kids ready for back to school.
Staples has tons of deals, like one subject notebooks for just 25 cents. So they'll be 110% ready.
Wait a minute. That's 10% more ready than 100% ready.
That's right.
Yeah, I was a math major.
I could tell.
Make low prices happen. Make 110% ready happen. Staples. Make more happen. Staples filler paper is just 75 cents all season long.
Limit 30 per customer in-store. Limit 10 per customer online with $25 minimum purchase. Notebook price in-store only. Ends 9/12/15.
The holiday concert of the year is returning to Dallas December 6th at American Airlines Center. Michael W. Smith and Amy Grant with the Dallas Pops together again on stage performing holiday classics. Dallas's newest holiday tradition will fill American Airlines Center with the holiday spirit. Sunday, December 6th, Michael W. Smith and Amy Grant with the Dallas Pops at American Airlines Center. Tickets on sale now online at Ticketmaster.com by calling 800-745-3000 or at the American Airlines Center box office.
You can listen on the go. Find us on iHeartRadio, 660 AM. The Answer. The Wells Report, must-hear radio on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. My wingman checks in tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. I'm talking about Mark Davis, the great Mark Davis. What has he got planned for us? Let's find out. Mark, tell us.
Hey, JD, good Wednesday evening. I know we have a new president to find in campaign stories. We'll cover them tomorrow morning for sure. But we also need to pay some attention to some news events in our fallen world. The subway pitchman outed for child porn. The adultery website trying to moralize against hackers, shining light on them. Local school districts racking up various crimes against children. What is the path out of this? Is there one? We'll take a look. Everybody takes the path into our Thursday morning show. See you all in the morning, 7 to 10 a.m. right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.
Thanks very much, Mark. I appreciate it. Let me get back to Shane as we wrap up our discussion about what do we do with these kids who were born in America that, as law is currently interpreted, have American citizenship. Do they actually have American citizenship? If they have an American birth certificate, doesn't that mean something? I think it probably should. I think it means that when they're 18 years of age, they can apply for provisional American citizenship, that they have to live well for 3 years. And when they turn 21, welcome to being an American. I think that's probably an elegant solution. Shane, what do you think?
Well, something close to that, yeah, pretty much. But I wanted to address the whole defense contractor thing. When you said that, I just had to call. Please do not bring in a defense contractor. You put the wall building in charge of the Border Patrol. You let them bring in independent contractors that hire real American citizens to go down there and pay them a commensurate wage, you'll get a good wall built. Then you do like Israel and you put the sensors that detect the tunnels underneath, you're good to go. Then you address the problem with the current anchor babies and you say, okay, 14th Amendment, we're going to go ahead and add that 2 or 3 sentences that says, if you're born to 2 illegal immigrants, 2 people who are in the country illegally, no, you are not an American citizen. If you're born to a person who is here illegally and another person who is here legally but not a citizen, no, you're not a citizen. You make this retroactive by 2 years so you don't affect anyone who's been in the country long enough to know that they were in the country. I'm trying to say this really fast so I can get my whole point across.
May I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
May I suggest that you slow down because I'm not putting you under any kind of time limit.
Okay. Well, we usually are because you got a lot of callers. So.
Well, that's not the case right now. It's just you and me, buddy.
Okay. Well, so anyway, all right. So you've getting your wall built by American citizens, by independent contractors. You're putting Americans back to work, improving the American economy. You're getting a good job done because, hey, I tell you what, you really want to get it done right, hire what rednecks. Hispanic rednecks, white rednecks, black rednecks. There's plenty of all 3 of us. We'll go down there. We'll get the job done right.
Well, this is what I think about that, okay? I think that Lockheed Martin could build a hell of a wall down there. I think that Boeing could build. Well, let me. Whoa. You're talking about what you're doing is you're saying get contractors. I'm not talking about getting contractors. I'm talking about getting defense contractors. I want a wall that's built by people who know how. Okay.
But your wall will 10 times as much, Jon-David. And I'm telling you that if you hire real guys that do real concrete, this is going to have to be a concrete and steel wall.
Right.
Okay. Which means you hire construction workers.
Well, all I can tell you is this, Shane. Okay. The contract that specifies what the capabilities of this wall will do will determine how it's built. A competitive bid process will determine just exactly who can build the wall under what circumstances and at what cost. All right? I believe Donald Trump when he says, and by the way, he works with people who work in concrete and steel all the time. He builds buildings everywhere. I believe he's got that handled. What I want to do is I want to address what you were talking about with the sensors that Israel has proven that work time and time and time again. I believe that's a really important idea, right? And I'm not interested in this virtual wall that ended up being sold off piecemeal on eBay. I'm talking about a real wall. You remember, I used to talk about it all the time. I used to say, hey, what about the big, dumb concrete wall? And people used to say, oh, big, dumb concrete. Looks pretty good now, doesn't it? All I'm trying to tell you is that people say, well, if you build a 10-foot wall, it'll be 11-foot ladders. Okay, how about a 40-foot wall? 41-foot ladders? I want to see that. It takes a while to set up what you need to rappel down a 40-foot wall. Okay? I'm thinking that by the time that happens, there could be somebody that arrests them when they get down to the end. They say, hey, nice row. Hey, good carabiners. That's a nice figure 8 you got there. Get in the back of the truck. You're under arrest. I'm really surprised that nobody called me on the telephone and said, you can't deport 11 million people. You absolutely can deport 11 million people, as if there were only 11 million illegal immigrants here. There are plenty of immigrants here. There are more than 11 million. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to address the real problem here, and that's American employers. American employers that employ illegal workers do so because they don't have to pay what an American would demand to do the work that illegals will do. I understand. I understand that Obamacare would cost a fortune It would be very expensive to hire Americans to fill those spots. I got it. But I guarantee you that if there weren't 95 million Americans that were out of work, Obamacare would have never seen the light of day. I don't care if you elected full-on communists to the United States Congress. You get those 95 million Americans off their butts and back to work, Obamacare would be vaporized in a blink. They absolutely wouldn't be able to afford it otherwise. Obamacare vanishes in a country where illegal immigrants don't exist. Because it just can't do it economically. Economically, it's not feasible. So if you're wondering how come we have 95 million American citizens on the sidelines waiting for work, it's because Obamacare wouldn't see the light of day otherwise. And remember, this president is all about this president. I got into this lively debate with a guy who believes that the president is suffering based on racism. He's not suffering based on racism. He's suffering based on the fact that almost a third of the American citizenry is sitting on their butts waiting for a job. And he wants it that way. He wants illegal immigration. He's the one that's fighting for it. Meantime, we got people like, what was her name yesterday? What was her name? The woman at Huntington Park? Yeah, Chanel Temple. Chanel Temple saying, hey, I'm an American citizen. I can't get a job because I don't speak Spanish. What? So let me see if I got this straight. We're not hiring American citizens who don't speak Spanish because we have to speak to people that only speak Spanish, which equals illegal citizenry, right? How much of the California economy is based on illegal immigrants? Way too much of it. Whose fault is that? Leftist politicians in California who no longer have a job if the reality of get the illegal immigrants out of California comes home to roost. That entire state goes bankrupt in a week. And the reason it goes bankrupt in a week is because it deserves to go bankrupt in a week. Actually, it deserves to go bankrupt in 3 days. The only people making a living in California are California politicians based on the stupidity of Californians. I don't really care whether they have this problem or not. That state used to be the 8th largest economic engine in the world. And you know what it is now? It's a laughingstock of leftist, socialist, progressive failure. And that's what Bernie Sanders is trying to sell the rest of the country. The chairman of the Democrat Party cannot draw a difference between socialists and Democrats. What does that tell you? I want to know why these people are trying to destroy the country. Because everything that they're doing weakens this country. And Americans are going along with that? Why? Why do you want a weaker America? Why do you want to grow up in a weaker country? Why? Answer the question. The way I look at it is this. You can either live in a United States of America that is as powerful as any nation could possibly be and is hated by a substantial portion of other countries in the world, or you can live in the United States of America, a once great nation that does not have the power it once had and is hated by most of the countries of the world. You see, if they're going to hate us, I don't care as long as they fear us. But if they hate us and they don't fear us, Every time you go to a great American city, you better take a picture of the tall building that's standing there in front of you. Because in about 15 minutes, somebody's going to fly an aircraft into it. And that's going to happen not once every 30, 40, 50 years. It's going to happen once every 30, 40, or 50 days. Sorry, not interested. Steve in Rosser, Texas, welcome to the Wells Report. Hello.
Thank you, sir. I want to make a comment about building the wall down there. You know, I've heard just recently Jeb Bush saying, well, you can't deport these people, you can't build a wall, you can't do this, you can't do that. And I'm really sick and tired of this anti-American cannot do attitude.
Right.
Where used to be a can-do attitude.
Yes.
And here's my point on that. Look, if the Chinese back in 200 BC or so can build a 13,000-mile wall,
yes,
I think we, as the greatest nation, greatest civilization, most technologically advanced to ever live, can build a wall from Texas to California to protect us.
Yes, we can. We absolutely can. So when Jeb Bush says, or anyone for that matter says, you can't deport 11 million people, you come right back with, no, you can't deport 11 million people. It may take us 3 or 4 years to get it done, but we'll get it done. There will be two groups of people making moves that they didn't intend. One, illegal immigrants will be moving out of the country. Two, American CEOs of companies that exploit illegal labor will be making moves into federal prisons. Only for 30 days, the first time, 60 the second time. The third time, it'll be 3 years. The fourth time, it'll be a felony. Yeah, that's the way that's going to work. See, I'm tired of all this, and so are you. That's why Donald Trump is out in front. And pulling away and pulling away. Out in front, pulling away. He is embarrassing the Republican Party. And the reason he is embarrassing the Republican Party is because they don't have an answer. When all they had to do was listen to this radio station, because we've been giving them an answer. We've been giving them the answer for as long as I've been here, and that's at least 5 years. Mark Davis has been here 2 years. We've been solving this problem every single day on this radio station. We just did it again tonight. The Republican Party won't listen. Donald Trump will. Who's going to get your vote? Coming up next, the dangerous farce that the Iran nuclear deal became today. I'll bring you up to date in just a moment. This is the Wells Report.
Dallas Baptist University Women's Night Out featuring Shonda Pierce, Thursday, October 15th, 2015, with Lindsay McCall and Karen Williams.
You ever tried to put on a pair of Spanx in an airplane bathroom? My body twisted in ways I didn't know could.
Focus on the funny. Get your women's group together for a fun night out. Women's Night Out at Northwood Church in Keller, Texas.
So, there I was. I didn't want to give in to the peer pressure, but they already had their bags of mascara out and their lipstick, and I'm like, what I got? Blistex.
Tickets on sale at iTickets.com. Call 1-800-965-9324. For group tickets, go to getgrouptickets.com or call 844-381-4751. Buy 10 or more reserved seats at one time and save $5 per ticket. Buy 30 or more reserved seats at one time and save $5 per ticket and get 2 free tickets. From Salem Media Group, Inc. and Awakening Events.
By now, you've heard about the amazing talents of Mike Manning, the AC Whisperer from ChillFactorAC.com. Mike's with me now, and is it true that you're available 24/7?
You bet. There's nothing worse than your AC going out late on a hot summer night. All you want is relief, and you want it now.
For a limited time this summer, we're able to provide 24-hour service with no overtime charges. We want to think we can offer you an affordable solution to a very serious problem. Hopefully, you'll see good reason to call us instead of our competitors, who are more than happy to come as long as you're willing to pay $125 an hour or more. We do have to pay our techs overtime, but you are our priority. So take advantage of this limited time offer.
For more information about this legend of AC, go to the AC Whisperer's website, chillfactorac.com. That's chillfactorac.com. Don't be confused with other imitators out there. There's only one chillfactorac.com that has the AC Whisperer. Be cool this summer with chillfactorac.com.
Hey, does the idea of having your home sold on time without hassle and for top dollar, does that seem unrealistic to you? Well, it doesn't have to. Hey, Dallas, it's your friend Sean Hannity with your solution and the one real estate agent to sell your home guaranteed. That's Josh DeShong of Josh DeShong Real Estate at Keller Williams. On average, Josh sells a home every 32 hours and averages hundreds of local, national, and international buyers every single week. Now, that means your home sells on time at a price that you agreed to, guaranteed, or Josh will buy it. He spends 200 times more money on marketing than the average agent. Real estate mogul and Shark Tank star Barbara Corcoran only recommends Josh in DFW. And if I lived in Dallas and needed my home sold, guess what? I'd call Josh DeShong, and you should too. Call Josh now at 972-325-6644 or go online at getsold.net. That's 972-325-6644. or getsold.net.
If you're tired of the free product pushing marketing seminars only to be passed off to an inexperienced advisor once they have your money, call Empowered Wealth Financial Services. You deserve a personalized and confidential relationship with a team of financial experts that can coordinate all of the areas of a comprehensive financial plan: investment planning, tax planning, insurance planning, and estate planning.
Hi, I'm Rick Poston, two-time best-selling author and nationally recognized financial expert featured on Fox Business Channel, CNN, and CNBC. I've been published in Forbes magazine. I direct a team of experts, including a chartered financial consultant, a chartered life underwriter, a chartered advisor for senior living, 2 CPAs, and a board-certified estate planning attorney. If you're tired of the pushy seminars, experience the financial experts you and your money deserve at Empowered Wealth. Call 469-361-4020 to discuss your financial goals or go to empoweredwealthfinancialservices.com.
Let's make an offer on that Aspen Street house.
That one doesn't have a home warranty.
Is that a problem?
Not if you like paying through the nose on home system breakdowns.
Oh, what do you mean?
Like if the air conditioner quits, want to pay for a new one? Do you know how to fix the water heater, the plumbing?
Got it. Let's only look at places with home warranties.
A home warranty from American Home Shield protects homeowners against unexpected covered repairs and breakdowns of major home systems and appliances. Who would want to move into a new home without one? Just ask your local real estate professional. Or for complimentary helpful information about a home warranty from American Home Shield, call now at 1-800-771-2898. Service requests are subject to a fee for each trade called. Some exclusions and limitations apply. An American Home Shield home warranty instantly gives home buyers confidence in their purchase. For complimentary helpful information, including terms, rates, and coverage, call 1-800-771-2898. 1-800-771-2898.
Dallas, Fort Worth's home for stimulating talk. 660 AM, The Answer. The Wells Report is on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. Frank Luntz is a pollster, and he tweeted out, Trump and Bernie Sanders are delivering a big FU to the elites in America. That elicited Roger Stone, a former top advisor with the Donald Trump campaign, to call Frank Luntz a pathetic nerd, except in this particular case, the word nerd started with a T. It seems as though that Donald Trump was one of the guys that Frank Luntz called to do some corporate polling work, declined by Don Trump, and apparently, then you've got Luntz who's taking shots at Donald Trump. Frank, probably not a good idea to take shots at Donald Trump right now. Jimmy and Denton, welcome to the Wells Report. Hello.
Hey, Jon-David. I wrote up a plan a while back, and I've passed it on to my congressman, my senator, all kinds of people. Never got any response or anything, but part of that plan carried what you're talking about even further and said, we have a guest worker program. These people are going to pay a special, a fee when they come in. They're going to check in once a month, and at that time they're going to pay a fee.
Yeah.
And, they're going to pay their taxes and everything else. But
yeah, but the Republicans are too busy saying, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. No. You can't do that. We're going to find somebody who can do that, and we're going to elect them instead. This is the Wells Report.
Dennis Gibbs, the boat guy, here with the Big Boat and Outdoor Show. It's boating time, folks, so don't forget to tune in to the only boating talk show on 660 AM The Answer every Saturday evening from 6 to 7 p.m. Brought to you by BoatSelect.com, the site with thousands of boats for sale, or list your boat for free on BoatSelect.com. I know you have questions about your boat or one you're buying. Email those questions to me at BigBoatShow@yahoo.com.
It's the triple-digit dog days of summer, and doggone it, your home AC system just can't keep up. Texas summers are tough on AC systems, and when they don't even stop running in an effort to cool your house, who are you going to call? Call 817-422-6868 or visit theheatbusters.com to get a free energy analysis on your home or business. The Heat Busters are experts in radiant barrier, insulation, high-capacity solar attic fans, and more. In Texas, you need more than just an air conditioner. You need an all-over plan. That's where the Heat Busters come in with amazing, affordable solutions to cool your home. They'll seal up those leaks, install solar control window film, and more. When you need more to cool your home, you should call Heat Busters. Call 817-422-6868 today or visit theheatbusters.com to get cool and start keeping more of your money. They bust the heat, they bust the cold, they bust discomfort and outrageous utility bills. Call 817-422-6868. That's 817-422-6868 or online at theheatbusters.com.
Honey, I'm really worried about our retirement funds.
Oh, me too. We lost so much value in the recession in the stock market. I'm worried we won't have enough to retire.
Jim next door told me that he had set up a new kind of IRA with the Gold Silver Group. He said how simple and safe it was. It's a private storage IRA, and we could have real gold and silver in our hands.
Really? You mean we can actually see it and touch it?
Absolutely. Jim said we could have all the benefits of an IRA to help build our retirement income. Bottom line, we would own a real tangible asset, and we would have the security of knowing we're protected no matter what the economy does. What do you think?
I think we need to find out how to get our own private storage IRA. We need to call the Gold Silver Group right now.
Are you ready to protect your future? Call 800-296-7609 now to find out how easy and safe it is to set up a private storage IRA with Gold Silver Group and find out how you can qualify for up to $700 in free silver. All transactions are privately delivered and fully insured. Please call us now. 800-296-7609. 800-296-7609.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group on the NASDAQ as SALM. KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Joe Chiro. Sad news out of Washington State, where crews have been battling a number of wildfires.
Unfortunately, we got news today of 3 firefighters who died while fighting fires over in Twist, which is just heartbreaking for everybody.
Governor spokeswoman Jamie Smith, 4 others were hurt when the wind shifted. The towns of Twist and Winthrop were told to evacuate. An 18-year-old killed after a police chase in North St. Louis. Police were executing a search warrant when they say the suspects ran.
One of the individuals turned and pointed the gun at the officers. There were 2 officers in the alley. Both officers fired. Right now, it appears one officer fired 1 shot. The other fired 3 shots.
A crowd of about 200 people gathered in the street to protest the shooting. And Egyptian security officials say a large bomb exploded early Thursday near a national security building in Cairo. Fox News, we report, you decide.
This is 660 AM, The Answer.
Hi, this is Andy Tuttle, host of Tuttle Talk every Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. right here on 660 AM, The Answer. We're in a real estate market where there's a lot of difficulty, but in difficulty, there's a lot of opportunity as well. Buying, selling, avoiding foreclosure, modifying your credit, all these things are so important to your livelihood. This show is dedicated to cutting through some of the big headlines that you see out there and teaching you how to win in any marketplace. Thank you for tuning in to Tuttle Talk every Sunday, 4 p.m. on 660 AM The Answer. I look forward to speaking with you.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. Today, let's talk about the $29 service call gimmick.
Here in North Texas, an experienced service tech costs at least $35 an hour to employ. So how does a $29 service call work? Well, it doesn't unless they find a bunch of stuff wrong with your system. It's just bait to get you to call. We can't come out for $29, and really, neither can they. In this business, you get what you pay for. Reliant Air Conditioning service call is $79, and our guys are all drug tested, background checked, and they don't work on commission. So if you need service on your AC system, call the company that's been gimmick-free since '83. Or if your system needs to be replaced, you can save up to $3,500 per system with Carrier's Cool Cash promotion. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437 or ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Pop quiz for all business owners. If you're not incorporated and someone sues your business, which one of these can you lose? Your home, your car, or your life savings? The answer? All three. Because if you're not incorporated, it's not just your business that can be sued, it's you too, which means you could lose everything. Once business owners realize the risk of not being incorporated, they usually scramble to incorporate or form an LLC. To make it quick and easy, Incorporate.com is now giving away a free incorporation guide to all business owners, so you can incorporate in just 10 minutes. For your free 10-minute incorporation guide, call now, 1-800-733-1035. Protect your financial future. At Incorporate.com, they don't provide legal or financial advice. They just make incorporating or forming an LLC quick and easy. Call now for your free 10-minute incorporation guide. 1-800-733-1035. Hurry while supplies last. 1-800-733-1035. That's 1-800-733-1035.
Hey, when choosing a financial advisor, outstanding reputation, decades of experience, and a successful track record are very important. The good news is I have someone I would like for you to meet. Hey, Sean Hannity here for my friend Bob Guess at Texas First Financial. Now, Bob Guess is an author, a speaker, an educator who has taught at SMU and other prestigious campuses in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Now, with his experience and the help of his team, Bob's clients earn a 9% return on their investments. That's a 9% return backed 100% by hard assets and no market volatility. Now it's time you placed your investments with one of Texas Monthly's top advisors. Now I know attractive, predictable, stable returns on your investments are important to you. Call Bob and his team today at 972-570-4444. That's 972-570-4444 for 9% returns and no market risk. Now make sure you check them out yourself. Tell them Sean Hannity sent you.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. I love birthdays, and our friends at Abacus Foundation Repair are celebrating 15 years of serving North Texas with the highest quality foundation repair, and they want to give something to you. On their 15th anniversary, $1,000 off any job with 10 pilings or more. Not only are you going to save $1,000, you'll have the peace of mind knowing that with Abacus Foundation, you're getting the elite state-of-the-art solution for your home. Millennium composite pilings. Nobody else has them. Abacus has an A-plus business rating from the Better Business Bureau, 6 straight years running on that. The expansion and contraction of Texas soils mean a lot of us have foundation issues. You don't want to call the wrong people. Call the right people first for the absolute best foundation repair. Affordable, reliable home warranty that you can pass on to subsequent owners of your home. Give them a call today, 972-406-9000, 972-406-9000, AbacusFoundationRepair.com. Ask about $1,000 off, AbacusFoundationRepair.com.
This is Dan Tullis, and I just called Joel Clark, one of Select Quote Insurance Services' term life agents. Hi, Mr. Tullis. Joel, how does Select Quote save you money on term life insurance?
Well, buying term life insurance is all about choosing the right company. Let's say you take antidepressants or you smoke. All insurance companies are going to price that differently. We'll impartially shop all the companies we represent to find you the best price.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. I just got a man, 40 years old, on cholesterol medication, a $500,000 policy with a highly rated insurance company. His price? Under $25 a month.
Call 1-800-919-8949 and see how affordable term life insurance can be. That's 1-800-919-8949. 1-800-919-8949. Or go to SelectQuote.com. We shop, you save. Get full details on the example policy at selectquote.com/commercials. Your price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Learn a little something at the start of your day. The Mark Davis Show. Mornings 7 to 10 on 660 AM. The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, we're going to give you the latest report on Planned Parenthood. It is not for the faint of heart or for the sensitive of mind. It is a story of murder. It would be irresponsible for me to finish this show without discussing it. And therefore, under that auspices, I will proceed at 10:35 tonight on the Wells Report. Until we get to that point, we have to discuss what has been called a dangerous farce. The dangerous farce involves the epic incompetence of those negotiating, quote unquote, negotiating the Iran nuclear deal. If you are someone who has said, oh, we ought to leave Israel alone and let them handle their own business. We don't need to protect Israel. We don't have to do any of that stuff else. Screw them. We don't have to do anything with Iran either. They've never attacked us. You need to recalibrate. Yesterday on this broadcast, I told you, after I reported that Iran threatened the chief inspector of the IAEA, the nuclear inspector for the United Nations, with physical harm. The reason that they threatened him with physical harm, if he told the United States what any of the side deals were, had to be incredibly bad. Whatever it is, would have made the United States participation in the Iran nuclear deal impossible. I don't know how we found out, but we found out at least one of the side deals is this, reported by the Associated Press. Iran will be able to use its own inspectors to investigate nuclear sites that have been accused of being used to develop nuclear arms. This under a special agreement with the UN agency that normally carries out such work, according to a document seen by the Associated Press. In other words, the side deal that made, one of the side deals that made this Iran nuclear deal possible is to allow the Fox to investigate whether any chickens were killed in the henhouse and report back to the intervening authority, the United Nations. The feckless, idiotic, stupid, farcical, dumb butt United Nations actually agreed to this garbage. That I want the United Nations out of this country, obviously, goes without saying. Gone. Now. Out. You idiots. Get those idiots out of this nation. Send them to Geneva. Send them to Vienna. Better yet, send them to Jerusalem. That's where they need to be. They need to be in Jerusalem. The United Nations needs to be relocated to Jerusalem. What a delightfully joyous move that would be. Iran will be able to use its own inspectors to investigate their nuclear sites, thanks to a side agreement made by the IAEA and Iran. The country that threatened the chief inspector of the IAEA, who abdicated his responsibilities to the world by allowing Iran to do their own inspections. I wonder if they're going to be able to find any clues that a nuclear weapon was tested here. Let me think. I'm thinking. Will Iranian inspectors be able to find evidence that their country tested nuclear weapons at their nuclear sites? I'm thinking. No! No, they won't be able to find any evidence. There, I saved them a whole bunch of time. Obviously, Republican lawmakers are somewhat riled, according to the AP report. Lawmakers in the U.S. who have been severely critical of a broader agreement to limit Iran's future nuclear programs, signed by the Obama administration and signed off on by the UN Security Council, bumbling bozos that they are, including the United States have voted for it too, by the way. Idiots. Critics have complained a wider deal is unwisely built on the trust of Iranians, while the administration has insisted it depends on reliable inspections. Reliable inspections by the people who are being inspected? Senator John Cornyn of Texas said this revelation only reinforces concerns about the broader agreement. Quote, trusting Iran to inspect its own nuclear sites and report to the UN is an open and transparent way. In an open and transparent way is a remarkably naive and incredibly reckless stupidity, he said in a statement. It's time for the Obama administration to come clean with the American people and provide all information about these secret side agreements between Iran and the IAEA. They can't. If there is a shred of American agreement with either of these side agreements that can be proven to link the side agreements with either John the Stupid Kerry or the Obama administration, that will finish President Obama's presidency. Oh, he may stay in the office, but there won't be anything being done. He's finished. If there is some sort of linkage between these side deals through the IAEA that allows Iran to inspect their own nuclear sites, that means that John Kerry and the president lied to the American people again for the sake of President Obama's political legacy, and only President Obama's political legacy. And in the bargain, throws Israel into or onto the train tracks of an Iranian nuclear weapon. House Foreign Affairs Committee, Ed Royce of California, who previously voiced concerns to the State Department over the so-called side deals, said the inspections need to be done by international inspectors, period. Congress must now consider whether this unprecedented arrangement will keep Iran from cheating. This is a dangerous farce. How dangerous of a farce is it? Here's how dangerous it is. Earlier today, Mitch the Dumb McConnell said that it was probably pretty likely the president was going to be able to get this through Congress. If indeed the Congress of the United States passes this hunk without a veto-proof majority, we, the people of the United States, need to stop working, get in our cars, go to Washington, D.C. with bankers' boxes and scatter them all across the District of Columbia as an invitation for everyone within the confines of the District of Columbia to pack their offices and frickin' leave. The Congress of the United States needs to enact a bill tomorrow that cancels the transfer of $150 billion of Iran's assets to Iran and let Iran go ahead and complain to the United Nations. What we'll say is, well, the money was lost. It was lost. It was lost in the transfer. And then what we'll do is we'll come up with an inspection protocol that allows the Americans to inspect their own banking system to see if they can find the money. Here, I wonder if an American inspection team would be able to find $150 billion of Iran's money if it got lost in the transfer between the banks of the United States and Iran. Here, let me think. I'm thinking. Would American inspectors be able to find $150 billion of Iranian money lost in a transaction? I'm wondering, I'm thinking. No! They wouldn't be able to find the money. And you know why they wouldn't be able to find the money? Because it would be divided evenly between the families of 500 Americans that were slaughtered by the Quds Force under the command of General Suleiman of Iran. If this deal gets out of Congress with anything short of a veto-proof majority, we need to fire every single one of them up there. Every single one. Because the only people that would vote to sustain this ridiculous deal are people that are either anti-Semitic and want to see Israel blown off the face of the earth, or are anti-American and and are unfit to hold office in this land. Period. Somebody explain to me why I'm wrong. Somebody tell me why there's a reason to vote for this hunk of crap. Somebody tell me. The Iranians inspecting their own nuclear bases. You have got to be kidding. This is the Wells Report.
You've been thinking about switching to solar. Don't wait much longer or you'll miss out on this year's federal tax credit. Move quickly because the tide is turning. Solar power is becoming a threat to big energy profits. In fact, some power companies are even pushing for extra fees to make up for lost revenue. Warning, you must have your solar system up and running by midnight December 31st or you'll miss out on this year's federal tax credit. Energy prices are expected to increase by as much as 40% in the near future. Go solar now with no down payment, interest, or payments for a whole year. You can afford it because we finance. Get your government money and save big every month. Big Energy is getting nervous and the door of opportunity is about to slam shut. Paying $150 a month or more on energy bills? Then call 1-800-MY-SOLAR now for a free in-home assessment. 1-800-MY-SOLAR.
My home, my savings, 1-800-MY-SOLAR.
At Arizona State University, we believe in giving you everything you need to learn to thrive. So it's good to know the experts and college reviewers agree. U.S. News and World Report names ASU the second most innovative school in the country. The Wall Street Journal says ASU is fifth in the nation for producing the best qualified graduates. The esteemed Princeton Review ranks ASU in the top 15% of America's four-year colleges as a leader in undergrad education. This is a university that empowers you to truly thrive. Arizona State University Online gives you the exact same curriculum, identical degree, and access to the same prestigious faculty as on-campus students. You can choose from over 100 degree programs, all enhanced by our innovative online learning technologies. For more information, call 1-800-600-6431. U.S. News and World Report ranked us in the top 10 for earning an online degree. All these high marks should give you confidence in your big plans. Learn to thrive with ASU Online. Call 1-800-600-6431. That's 1-800-600-6431.
Dallas Baptist University Women's Night Out featuring Shonda Pierce, Thursday, October 15th, 2015, with Lindsay McCall and Karen Williams.
You ever tried to put on a pair of Spanx in an airplane bathroom? My body twisted in ways I didn't know could.
Focus on the funny. Get your women's group together for a fun night out. Women's Night Out at Northwood Church in Keller, Texas.
So, there I was. I didn't want to give in to the peer pressure, but they already had their bags of mascara out and their lipstick, and I'm like, what I got? Blistex.
Tickets on sale at iTickets.com. Call 1-800-965-9324. For group tickets, go to getgrouptickets.com or call 844-381-4751. Buy 10 or more reserved seats at one time and save $5 per ticket. Buy 30 or more reserved seats at one time and save $5 per ticket and get 2 free tickets. From Salem Media Group, Inc. and Awakening Events.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. Got a question. Why is your mobile phone bill going to help Hillary become president of the United States? Answer is, same reason Big Mobile helped Obama win twice. It's what they do. Now Hillary's counting on Big Mobile to help her in 2016. If you're okay with that, don't listen further. But if you don't want to support Hillary or other leftist candidates and causes, switch to EOS Mobile. EOS Mobile. Website is EOScell, EOScell.com to learn more. EOS has the same great nationwide network, high-speed data, voice, pretty much everywhere across the country. EOS has the same devices you've come to love. And with plans starting at $9.99, a plan for every budget. Best of all, EOS Mobile at EOScell.com gives 5% of each bill to conservative causes and candidates. If you're stuck in a contract, they'll buy you out. If you want your phone bill to support conservative candidates, the choice is clear. EOScell.com. Learn more now at EOScell.com. EOScell.com. Same phones, same service, better causes. EOScell.com. EOScell.com.
In these uncertain times, you can't afford to take chances. So come on out to the Tier 1 Gun Show this weekend, August 22nd and 23rd at the Mesquite Rodeo Convention Center. You'll find everything you need to protect yourself and your family. Guns, knives, ammo, accessories, survival supplies, and much, much more, all in a safe, fun, and family-friendly environment. Parking is free, so be sure to come on out, buy, sell, or trade at the Tier 1 Gun Show this weekend at the Mesquite Rodeo Convention Center. Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Visit tier1gunshows.com. That's tier1gunshows.com. Be there.
The average family wastes numerous gallons of water a day waiting for it to heat up.
There's got to be a better way.
And that's not just wasted water, that's wasted time and money down the drain. Thanks to the smart recirculation technology of Renai's new Ultra Series tankless water heaters, faster hot water and big savings on water and gas are now just a turn of the knob away.
I knew there was a better way.
Faster hot water and the power to live better are here, only for Renai tankless water heaters. To learn more, visit us at renai.us. That's RINNAI.us.
Listen to us live on iHeartRadio, 660 AM. The Answer. If it's important to you, we're talking about it right now on the Wells Report on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. It's been called a dangerous farce at Royce in California. The House Foreign Affairs Committee chairman said that Iran reporting on itself and its nuclear sites as inspectors for the IAEA is absolutely a no-go. It is a dangerous farce. It is a dangerous farce. The only way this dangerous farce could be eclipsed is if anyone in the United States Congress, in either the House of Representatives or the Senate votes for this hunk of crap. This needs to go to the president with a unanimous no vote, and they have to start over. Iran is not going to inspect itself and report any violations of IAEA law. That's ridiculous. I can't even believe that we even got close to something like this happening. It is absolutely stupid. Fred in Louisville, welcome to the Wells Report.
It's absolutely stupid.
Beyond stupid. Anybody that votes for this has no right to be in the Congress.
Well said, my friend. We are not beholden to Iran, and we shouldn't be beholden to Iran. I think the notion that if we don't vote on it, there's no solution but war is a fallacy. But even if there was only the solution but war, I think we could finish that right quick in a hurry if we were man enough to do the job, don't you think?
Yeah, you see, here's the difference between the war that we would fight against Iran and the war that Israel would fight against Iran. Okay? Here's the difference. At the end of the war, if the United States fought it, there would still be Iran. If the Israelis fight it, there won't be anything left. Nothing. Including most Iranians. This is something that needs to be considered by people who think we should just leave Israel alone. I don't know which that sentiment indicates more of. More hatred of Iranians or more hatred of Jews? It's horrific on its face. There is no way to vote for this. The president's dream of a deal with Iran, like so many other dreams, have all died in the sands of the Middle East, courtesy of duplicity, courtesy of bullying, courtesy of stupidity, courtesy of just plain incompetence in dealing with the people in that region. Donald Trump said tonight, if he had been negotiating this deal, the first part of the deal would have been, give us back our people. Your country doesn't need them. We do need them. It will be good for us. It'll be good for you. It'll get things off on the right foot. And he said, if they did not comply with releasing our prisoners, he would get up and walk away from the table. You know what the difference between that and what we've got is? Yeah. Donald Trump. Maybe an American, as opposed to some unilateral worldist like John Kerry and his able assistant Obama. This is the Wells Report.
Can you afford to lose 60% or more of your IRA or 401k? Are you prepared to work every day for the rest of your life just to make ends meet? If not, it's time you protected your IRA or 401k from the next market crash and a looming dollar collapse. In 2008, millions of Americans watched helplessly while 60% or more of their IRAs and 401ks vanished in the blink of an eye. And now, many government insiders and top investors have been warning that another market collapse, possibly greater than 2008, is coming soon. Now's the time to protect your hard-earned savings and safeguard your financial future. Call Goldco Precious Metals, the nation's #1 gold IRA provider, and learn how to protect your IRA or 401k using precious metals like gold and silver. For a limited time, Goldco is offering a free, no-obligation guide to starting a gold and silver IRA. Go to goldcoradio.com. That's GOLDCO radio.com. goldcoradio.com.
Hi, I'm John Hill, founder of the Good Contractors List. I get asked a lot if the Good Contractors List is like Angie's List, so I thought I'd take the time to do a comparison and let you decide. On the Good Contractors List, we actually meet every one of our contractors face to face and have an extensive screening process. On Angie's List, you can pay to read reviews. On the Good Contractors List, if issues arise with our contractors, we get physically involved and will come to your home if necessary. On Angie's List, you can pay to write a bad review. The Good Contractors List takes into consideration things like overhead and sales tactics when choosing our contractors. On Angie's List, you can pay to read reviews. If one of our contractors refuses to fix a problem, we investigate fully and pay up to $10,000 of our own money to get it fixed. On Angie's List, you can write a bad review and you're on your own. The Good Contractors List is absolutely free with a $10,000 guarantee. Reviews are good. Responsibility is better.
Good Contractors List.
The following is not an actor, but a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
I had numerous credit cards and I was struggling with paying them off.
If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-758-5360 to talk to a certified counselor.
I had heard about Trinity, so I made the call. They took care of all of my credit cards, and now I am completely debt-free.
Trinity will consolidate your accounts into one easy-to-manage monthly payment, put a stop to late fees and over-limit charges, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands.
The people at Trinity are very friendly. They will do whatever you need them to do in order for you to feel better about being in a very difficult place.
If your debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-758-5360.
My name is Ann, and I'm debt-free for keeps.
1-800-758-5360.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with the Reliant Air Conditioning Consumer Update. Today's topic is the sales technician. Most companies use their service techs to sell new equipment on service calls, and the more equipment they sell, the more commission they make. But would you buy a new car from your mechanic? The fact is, the guy you're trusting to repair your system actually makes more money if he can sell you a new one. At Reliant Air Conditioning, you get a certified service technician, not a salesman. Our techs don't work on commission, and they don't sell equipment. If you need a new system, we're the only company in town that tells you to get 2 other bids and then call us. Now you can save over $3,500 per system with Carrier's Cool Cash. So call 2 other companies, get their price, and then call Reliant Air Conditioning, and you'll see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437 or ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Hey, it's Flo, and this is my impression of a less than ideal job candidate. Is the owner here? Oh, you're the owner, whatever. So I can only work Monday through Wednesday sometimes, and I gotta get out at 2 p.m. sharp. Band practice, you know? We're big on covers, like how Progressive covers both businesses and commercial auto. Anyway, sorry I'm late, but being late's sort of my thing.
All the coverage your business needs at progressivecommercial.com.
Resume? Nah, I don't really do those. I just like to come in and let my personality shine.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
This is an announcement for all people who want to take a risk-free challenge to whiten their teeth in 5 minutes using clinically proven power swabs. This risk-free challenge is for people whose smile has been yellowed by coffee, tea, or smoking. It's so effective, we challenge you to try it for 5 minutes to see how white your smile could be. If lines are busy, try again. Dial 1-800-663-5922. That's 1-800-663-5922. 1-800-663-5922.
This is 660 AM. The Answer. Now, by popular demand, The Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to The Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. I have news from Planned Parenthood and the latest video from the Center for Medical Progress. A doctor for a Planned Parenthood tissue harvesting partner admits a baby's heart is actually still beating at times following abortions, and an ex-procurement tech gives a first-person account of watching a baby's heartbeat before she dissects its brain in the latest issue, the latest release from the Center for Medical Progress. The allegations are part of a new video. An anti-abortion activist group released it today, and it shows a series of undercover and first-person interview videos focusing on Planned Parenthood and its partners. Today's 11-minute edited release features first-person interviews with Holly O'Donnell, a former procurement technician for STEM Express, a tissue harvesting company that worked with Planned Parenthood. It also features clips from previous CMP releases and new undercover audio and video. CMP has been the target of 2 restraining orders by federal judges, including one from STEM Express, banning them from releasing some of their recordings. But the Los Angeles Superior Court order only bars CMP from releasing video of 3 STEM Express officials taken at a restaurant in May. Today's video does not violate that limited order. A recorded conversation heard during the new video features a voice identified as belonging to Dr. Ben Van Handel, the executive director of Novogenics Laboratories. Novogenics provides researchers with, quote, human primary tissue specific stem cells, unquote. This according to its website. Handel tells an undercover CMP investigator during the conversation, quote, so you know there are times when after the procedure is done that the heart is actually still beating, unquote. O'Donnell said, so I'm over here, and the moment I'm seeing it, I'm flabbergasted. This is the most gestated fetus and the closest thing to a baby that I've seen. And she's like, okay, I want to show you something. The baby has been technically aborted. She has one of her instruments. She taps the heart and it begins to beat. I'm sitting here looking at the fetus and its heart is beating and I don't know what to think. At this moment, federal law demands that life-saving efforts be applied to the baby. But what happens next? Is that Holly O'Donnell describes a medical technician using scissors to cut through the face of the newly aborted but nearly fully developed baby boy whose heart is beating so that his intact brain could be extracted. That is murder. And I am sure that that's not the only time that's ever happened. I don't really know what to say at this point. I can tell you that fortunately or unfortunately, when I've been dreading this moment this whole day. I can only say that there are moments when things are so horrific that have happened to me in my life that most of my emotional response turns off. It's kind of scary, actually. And that's really about the only thing that I can say at this particular moment, because the people that I just reported about are just inhuman, sociopathic, murdering swine. This is not some banal story about some girl in a back alley with a hanger. That simply had to be rescued from her own self. So that procedure, amateur, damaging, possibly fatal, would over the decades morph into a clinical execution of a child for the sake of an intact brain. Now I need somebody to go ahead and give me that boisterous, vociferous, full-throated defense of Planned Parenthood. And how important the mammograms are and the other health services for women are. I need somebody to call me with that. Dr. Joseph Mengele wasn't really a bad guy. He came up with a lot of really good things, like techniques on how to suture various tissues to other various tissues. It really helped in American and worldwide surgical technique. What do we have to do? We have to just go ahead and take the bad with the good. Is that what we have to do here? I couldn't possibly be a politician. Because if I was Governor Greg Abbott, I would close Planned Parenthood's offices in Texas immediately, pending a full and complete investigation about what has gone on behind the doors of Planned Parenthood clinics in Texas. I would close their doors completely. And I would offer one-time immunity for these procurement technicians. And I would listen to what they had to say. I would charge those who had nothing to say. And at the end of the trials, I would thank those who gave us their testimony, and I would take them and their brand new immunity that they had used to keep themselves out of jail. I would escort them to the nearest Texas border. And then I would tell them that their Texas privileges have been canceled. And I don't know what I'd arrest them for if they came back. But I'd figure out something. I'm not willing And let's just use their numbers. I'm not willing to accept 97% of Planned Parenthood's great services to American women and their health. For the 3% of Planned Parenthoods using scissors to cut through a baby's face whose heart is beating so that the brain could be harvested in one piece, so some fetal tissue procurement company could make a really good bank deposit the next day. I know for a flippin' fact that more of Planned Parenthood's work is on the latter as opposed to the former. I don't know anywhere in America, where women can't get their health needs taken care of without Planned Parenthood. Not one dime. Not one dime of my taxes. Not one dime of your taxes. Nobody's tax money should be in the purses of these murdering sociopathic swine. And if you can think of one reason why I'm wrong, by all means, call me on the telephone and tell me how I got it wrong. Just go ahead. For those people who say that life begins at conception and therefore it adds to the insolvable barricade of a legal definition of when life begins, you have a hand in this. Do I agree with you? Yes. Am I willing to accept a legal definition of a heartbeat as being when someone is in there as opposed to fetal tissue? Yes. Yes, I am. For the sake of getting rid of this horrifying horror movie that plays out every single day in this formerly God-fearing country. They're killing babies, you know. That's all that can be said. Why are these people in practice instead of in jail? I'll tell you why. Because politicians are running the show. Because politicians are running the show instead of people. This is the Wells Report.
Hi, this is Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor. I'd like for you to join me on my talk show this weekend. What I do is teach people how to go the natural, organic route. I stir up trouble, too, because I throw out some things that a lot of people just don't think are correct. You know what? We have a lot of experience to back up what we recommend. Have healthier gardens and more fun gardening. Join me this and every weekend.
Join Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, every Sunday morning from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.
Here comes September. A lot of things happen in September. One of the most important to me is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Hi, Mark Davis from my friends at USMD Prostate Cancer Center. They're doing something special. Of course, they're going to promote awareness, have you go to 1-888-PROSTATE or 888prostate.com to learn about testing and treatments. But get a load of this. First annual charity golf tournament benefiting the Prostate Cancer Foundation and cuisine for healing. You can register right now at September 24th at TPC Four Seasons in Las Colinas. Wow, beautiful course. Excellent lineup of prizes, and of course, it all goes to a great cause. So join with the team at USMD Prostate Cancer Center this September and get teed off, if you will, about prostate cancer. If you know a friend or a loved one who's been recently diagnosed or anybody who needs more info, 1-888-PROSTATE or 888prostate.com. But it is first annual charity golf tournament time at the TPC Four Seasons in Las Colinas. Learn more at 1-888-PROSTATE or 888prostate.com.
Pop quiz for all business owners. If you're not incorporated and someone sues your business, which one of these can you lose? Your home, your car, or your life savings? The answer? All three. Because if you're not incorporated, it's not just your business that can be sued, it's you too, which means you could lose everything. Once business owners realize the risk of not being incorporated, they usually scramble to incorporate or form an LLC. To make it quick and easy, Incorporate.com is now giving away a free incorporation guide to all business owners, so you can incorporate in just 10 minutes. For your free 10-minute incorporation guide, call now, 1-800-733-1035. Protect your financial future. At Incorporate.com, they don't provide legal or financial advice. They just make incorporating or forming an LLC quick and easy. Call now for your free 10-minute incorporation guide. 1-800-733-1035. Hurry while supplies last. 1-800-733-1035. That's 1-800-733-1035.
At Arizona State University, we believe in giving you everything you need to learn to thrive. So it's good to know the experts and college reviewers agree. U.S. News and World Report names ASU the second most innovative school in the country. The Wall Street Journal says ASU is 5th in the nation for producing the best qualified graduates. The esteemed Princeton Review ranks ASU in the top 15% of America's four-year colleges as a leader in undergrad education. This is a university that empowers you to truly thrive. Arizona State University Online gives you the exact same curriculum, identical degree, and access to the same prestigious faculty as on-campus students. You can choose from over 100 degree programs, all enhanced by our innovative online learning technologies. For more information, call 1-800-600-6431. U.S. News and World Report ranked us in the top 10 for earning an online degree. All these high marks should give you confidence in your big plans. Learn to thrive with ASU Online. Call 1-800-600-6431. That's 1-800-600-6431.
This is Dan Tullis, and I just called Joel Clark, one of Select Quote Insurance Services' term life agents. Hi, Mr. Tullis. Joel, how does Select Quote save you money on term life insurance? Well, buying term life insurance is all about choosing the right company. Let's say you take antidepressants or you smoke. All insurance companies are going to price that differently. We'll impartially shop all the companies we represent to find you the best price. Can you give me an example? Sure. I just got a man, 40 years old, on cholesterol medication, a $500,000 policy with a highly rated insurance company. His price? Under $25 a month.
Call 1-800-919-8949 and see how affordable term life insurance can be. That's 1-800-919-8949. 1-800-919-8949. Or go to selectquote.com. We shop, you save. Get full details on the example policy at selectquote.com/commercials. Your price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
The holiday concert of the year is returning to Dallas December 6th at American Airlines Center. Michael W. Smith and Amy Grant with the Dallas Pops together again on stage performing holiday classics. Dallas's newest holiday tradition will fill American Airlines Center with the holiday spirit. Sunday, December 6th, Michael W. Smith and Amy Grant with the Dallas Pops at American Airlines Center. Tickets on sale now online at Ticketmaster.com by calling 800-745-3000 or at the American Airlines Center box office.
660 AM. The answer. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. The Tennessee Administrative Office of Courts reversed a controversial decision to replace the terms mother and father with parent 1 and parent 2. After receiving feedback regarding a recent change made to the permanent parenting plan form, the AOC has reviewed the procedures and determined that before making any changes to the form, the AOC should consult with the Domestic Relations Committee of the Tennessee Judicial Conference. This, according to the office, in a statement. We have reverted to the previous form, and the committee has been notified. Shortly after the Supreme Court redefined marriage, the state's Office of the Courts had revised documents. A spokesman for the courts confirmed that the words mother and father had been replaced by the terms parent 1 and parent 2. The court spokesman did not elaborate on why they felt compelled to change the long-time wording, or whether parent 1 brings home the bacon, or whether parent 2 wears the pants in the relationship. It's absolutely ludicrous to make the term mother and father obsolete. This, according to someone speaking for the purposes of this article. This is political correctness gone absolutely amok. It's just ridiculous. It is. And as we've seen, political correctness is not only a way to mask truth, to muzzle free speech, it's also a way to set the table for relentless, remorseless murder. This is the Wells Report.
Hi, this is Andy Tuttle, host of Tuttle Talk every Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer. We're in a real estate market where there's a lot of difficulty, but in difficulty, there's a lot of opportunity as well. Buying, selling, avoiding foreclosure, modifying your credit, all these things are so important to your livelihood. This show is dedicated to cutting through some of the big headlines that you see out there and teaching you how to win in any marketplace. Thank you for tuning in to Tuttle Talk every Sunday, 4 p.m. on 660 AM The Answer. I look forward to speaking with you.
From Plano to Denton down to Louisville too. Hot-Finds has it. Also in McKinney, we'll prove it to you. Hot-Finds has it.
Hot-Finds is by far the best dealership I've ever bought a car from. The entire car buying experience was seamless, and I'll definitely be buying there again.
And now at both locations of Hot-Finds Chevrolet in Plano and Louisville, get Texas size savings on a Texas size selection during Hot-Finds Summer Bonus Tag Sales Event. Plus, Hot-Finds Chevrolet saves you even more with the highest cash rebates, the lowest financing available, and top dollar for your trade. In Plano, see Ray Hot-Finds Chevrolet at Coit Road in Plano Parkway. And in Louisville, Hot-Finds Chevrolet on I-35. For more, click to hotfinds.net. Chevy, find new roads.
Call 267-8433 because the next best thing to do is Dalworth Clean.
Hi, Cheryl here for Dalworth Clean. You've been hearing the Dalworth jingle for almost 40 years. And when you hear it, you probably think carpet cleaning. But Dalworth offers so much more. Dalworth can clean and restore every type of flooring in your home, including those beautiful hardwood floors. Most wood floor care products leave a layer of acrylic wax that builds up over time, leaving your floor with a dull, often scruffy appearance. And they no longer clean up like they used to. Dalworth offers a wood floor revitalization process that can remove this buildup and return your floor to its original finish. This week, you can save $100 off 400 square feet or more of wood floor revitalization. So call Dalworth today and find out why it's really true. The next best thing to new is Dalworth Clean. Or visit us at dalworth.com, where you can make your appointment 24/7.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group on the NASDAQ as SALM. KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Brett Larson. 3 firefighters have been killed, a handful of others injured, battling the ongoing wildfires in north central Washington state. The deaths happened about 115 miles northeast of Seattle.
We got news today of 3 fatalities, 3 firefighters who died while fighting fires over in Swift, which is just heartbreaking for everybody.
Washington Governor spokeswoman Jamie Smith, almost 30,000 firefighters are battling some 100 fires burning across the West from California to Idaho. A man running from police serving a search warrant in North St. Louis was shot and killed today after he pointed a gun at cops. St. Louis Police Chief Sam Dotson.
The suspect was struck. He dropped his gun and continued to run through a gangway until he collapsed here on this street.
The shooting left a black suspect dead and drew a crowd of nearly 150 angry protesters at the scene. The second suspect still on the loose. Fox News, we report, you decide.
660 AM, The Answer. The Mike Gallagher Show.
The Chief of Naval Operations says they'll open their elite SEAL teams to women who can pass the grueling training regimen. Is that a good idea? We'll debate it. Also, a new poll shows most Republican voters want a wall built and criminal aliens deported. 70% want the wall, while 92% want illegals with a felony deported. We'll dissect this poll.
The Mike Gallagher Show, weekdays at 10, right before Dennis Prager at noon on 660 AM. The Answer.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. Got a question. Are you always reaching for your reading glasses? Pick up a book, reach for the glasses. Look at a text, reach for the glasses. Open a menu. You get the idea. How about reaching for something else, like the phone? Climate Evangelista Eye Center is there at 1-800-714-2020, 1-800-714-2020 with the corneal inlay procedure. A great treatment for that dysfunctional lens syndrome you've heard me talk about. If you're constantly reaching for the readers, the corneal inlay procedure was designed with you in mind. So check it out. 1-800-714-2020, 1-800-714-2020. Schedule a free screening for the corneal inlay procedure. Find out if you're a candidate. Evening and weekend appointments are available, so call now. Talk to Climate Evangelista. The team members there for an appointment time that's convenient for you. 1-800-714-2020. Reach for the phone and maybe stop reaching for the readers. 1-800-714-2020, 1-800-714-2020, or myinlay.com.
I had the home of my dreams, but one day I noticed cracks in the wall by the front door as well as the kitchen window. A neighbor recommended Abacus Foundation Repair. He said they're the best foundation repair company in Dallas, and they use an advanced system on your foundation called Millennium Composite Pilings that'll last 1,000 years. Well, I went to their website, abacusfoundationrepair.com, and saw that they have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, and the world's leading service company review website recommended them highly. And the best part? They haven't had a complaint in the last 13 years. So I called them, and I'm happy I did. Abacus Foundation Repair guaranteed their work, and they gave me a lifetime transferable warranty.
If you see cracks in the walls of your home or your doors don't shut properly, call Abacus Foundation Repair at 972-406-9000. That's 972-406-9000. Or go to abacusfoundationrepair.com. If you want your foundation fixed right the first time, call Abacus Foundation Repair.
The following is not an actor, but a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
I had numerous credit cards, and I was struggling with paying them off.
If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-758-5360 to talk to a certified counselor.
I had heard about Trinity, so I made the call. They took care of all of my credit cards, and now I am completely debt-free.
Trinity will consolidate your accounts into one easy-to-manage monthly payment, put a stop to late fees and over-limit charges, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands.
The people at Trinity are very friendly. They will do whatever you need them to do in order for you to feel better about being in a very difficult place.
If your debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-758-5360.
My name is Ann, and I'm debt-free for keeps.
1-800-758-5360.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. Today, let's talk about the $29 service call gimmick. Here in North Texas, an experienced service tech costs at least $35 an hour to employ. So how does a $29 service call work? Well, it doesn't unless they find a bunch of stuff wrong with your system. It's just bait to get you to call. We can't come out for $29, and really, neither can they. In this business, you get what you pay for. Reliant Air Conditioning service call is $79, and our guys are all drug tested, background checked, and they don't work on commission. So if you need service on your AC system, call the company that's been gimmick-free since '83. Or if your system needs to be replaced, you can save up to $3,500 per system with Carrier's Cool Cash promotion. Our number is 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437 or ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Hi, this is Jon-David Wells from the Wells Report with Walt Parker here from InvestingMakesMeSick.com. Walt, I was looking at your new website. I've got to admit, I'm impressed.
We keep telling people there's more to investing than just stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and annuities. Our new website is full of information about these alternative investments. You need to understand your investments. We also provide our We Come to You service and spend the time necessary to help people
know they have other options than just stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and annuities. Website is great, but nothing beats a face-to-face discussion to help you with your investment decisions.
Most people say they listen to your ads for 2 years before calling. Don't wait 2 years. Call Walt right now, 972-463-3833. That's 972-463-3833, or visit their new website at investingmakesmesick.com. All investments involve risk. Investments may be considered speculative and incur substantial fees and expenses borne by the investor. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Titan Securities. Investingmakesmesick.com and Titan Securities are not affiliated.
660 AM. The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Thanks very much for being a part of our broadcast. 866-660-5759 is our telephone number. I have been watching with interest and sadness at what's been going on regarding the adultery websites Ashley Madison. When Ashley Madison came to the attention of the United States, I was horrified because it was such a blatant abuse of the sensibilities of virtually everyone. Both those who find the concept of adultery to be not just a violation of God's law, but those people who have some idea of what discretion is. Not to mention those who believe in a right to privacy. What I have noticed in this nation is a willingness to suspend due process rights, due process for anyone who has violated a certain moral boundary. In this particular case, Ashley Madison violates the boundary that Americans should not commit adultery. Anybody that does commit adultery deserves whatever happens to them, even if it means that their rights to privacy have been violated, due process rights, their constitutional rights to being secure in their persons and their papers, any number of things. We can suspend all of these freedoms and liberties because, well, the people that have taken part in this Ashley Madison, well, they've crossed a line, and we have decided that moral behavior is far worse than the behavior that is obviously present when someone violates the rights of people who have crossed those lines. This has gotten so bad that the state can create a crime that does not actually exist and then arrest somebody for violating the fantasy. There is no violation of an actual human being because the actual human being that is at the center of the case doesn't actually exist. That's how willing we are to violate due process, violate constitutional rights, as long as someone is even just willing to cross a line. They actually haven't crossed the line, you know. They're just willing to. hackers invaded Ashley Madison, and after threatening Ashley Madison and its various satellite sites with exposure to all their clientele if they didn't shut down immediately, the blackmail apparent, they actually went ahead and published these lists of email addresses. There are all kinds of addresses linked to both the Canadian and American governments. 6,904, in fact. There are 7,239 connected to the United States military. 7,239 in the Army. I'm sorry, far more than that. There are 7,239 just in the Army, 3,531 in the Navy, 1,114 in the Marines, and 628 in the United States Air Force. The best part about all of this is that you can join in the violation of these people's privacy and constitutional rights if you choose. You can do that. I mean, think about it. These people don't deserve their constitutional rights, right? I mean, because there's a federal law against adultery, is there not? Oh, wait, there isn't. Well, there's a state law against adultery. That's, no, there isn't. Wait a minute, is there any law against adultery? No, there isn't. Except for one of God's laws. There's only one law that we're aware of that this violates. And for those people who are atheists, agnostics, it doesn't even violate any law they're aware of. I guess there is an advantage in being soulless after all. So wait a minute. So what we can do is we can violate the privacy of consenting adults in the privacy of their own computers and minds and so on and so forth willy-nilly because we feel like it. And it can be okay to do that as long as they cross this line. And what line did they actually cross? Have these people actually committed adultery? Wait, we don't know. But what we will do is we will violate their privacy rights based on the possibility that they might have actually followed through on the implied permission of Ashley Madison. That's what we'll do. Is that okay? Will you join in the violation of those rights by searching someone's email address that you may know to find out if they can also be stained by this violation of common decency, privacy, discretion? Or have we become so addicted to reality television and the complete and utter lack of societal standards, even the simple manners of discretion, that we can run forward, sure, in our self-righteous crusade against those who would violate the 8th commandment, because we truly are our brother's keeper, because we truly are God's agents on earth. Well, except for the atheists. Are we not? We can crusade. Can we not? Sure we can. Absolutely we can. You can too. You can go out on the internet and find these investigative websites, and you can find out whether somebody that you know is on Ashley Madison. I wonder if you will. So I'll ask, will you? Punk? And that is where your morality can be tested. Would you look up the database to find if one of the Ashley Madison cheaters is somebody you know? Because as far as I can tell, the only real crime here was on the part of hackers that hacked into Ashley Madison, who then committed blackmail. And then aired the dirty laundry of some 10,000 people or more. I think the actual number is somewhere around 60,000. Is that right? Is adultery wrong? Sure. Is anything else attached to this story wrong as well? Or does adultery being wrong grant immunity to all of the crimes that have occurred leading to this conversation on the part of those who apparently wanted us to have it? 866-660-5759, 866-660-5759. Much sport has been made about idiotic people using their work email addresses. Those people have been made fun of. They've been called names. Their intellects questioned. But you know, in private, we all look pretty stupid at some point or another, don't we? Where do we draw the line? So there are three possible criminals in this particular piece. The first, the people who came up with Ashley Madison themselves. That's the first one. Two, the people who took part in the temptation provided by the first group, the actual cheaters or alleged cheaters. We don't actually know if they followed through. Three, the hackers. I want you to rank the criminality of each one of these three groups. Who is the most criminal? Who is the next most? Who is the least criminal in these three groups? 866-660-5759, 866-660-5759. The garbage dump that is Ashley Madison is what we're discussing on the Wells Report.
Are you tired of being misled on your investment opportunities? Hello, this is Bob Guest with Texas First Financial. You've heard me expose annuities with their penalties, surrender charges, and less than expected returns. Well, there's a new opportunity being pushed that is supposedly a secret. As it turns out, it's only a modified endowment contract pushed by the insurance industry. Both of these products are high commission, poor performing investments. Real opportunity does exist, but it's not in the insurance industry. If you want solid investments where your money is backed dollar for dollar with hard assets, call Texas First Financial today. No fees or gimmicks in the contract, just 1, 2, and 3-year investments earning 9 to 10% returns. How does this compare with your current investments? Are they backed by hard assets? Give us a call today at 972-570-4444 and get your investments back on track without stock market risk or the gotchas of the insurance industry. Get real investment.
Check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There are various combinations of various Republican presidential candidates. Jeb Bush and Carly Fiorina, Ted Cruz, Rick Perry and Marco Rubio, Dr. Ben Carson, Rick Santorum and Dr. Ben Carson. But what about Ted Cruz but what about Donald Trump and Ted Cruz? What an interesting combination. Why am I asking this question? Well, because we found out that they may be campaigning together. Is that a ticket you could vote for? Is that a ticket you could vote for? Let's find out next time on the Wells Report. Mark Davis, good Thursday morning, my friend. Thanks very much for this opportunity to come by and tell people what's coming up on the Wells Report a little bit later on. There have been a great number of Republican presidential candidate combinations talked about. There's been, let's see, there's Jeb Bush and Carly Fiorina. There's Rick Perry and Marco Rubio. How about Rick Santorum and Dr. Ben Carson? Well, there's one that everybody's talking about. As a matter of fact, they're talking about these two because they've decided to do a little campaigning together. I'm talking about Donald Trump and Ted Cruz. Is that a ticket that you could vote for come Election Day in 2016? Let's find out next time on the Wells Report.
That has the AC Whisperer. Take a chill pill this summer at chillfactorac.com.
Hey, does the idea of having your home sold on time without hassle and for top dollar, does that seem unrealistic to you? Hey, Dallas, it's your friend Sean Hannity, one real estate agent to sell your home guaranteed. That's Josh DeShong of Josh DeShong Real Estate at Keller Williams. Josh averages hundreds of local, national, and international buyers every single week. Now, that means your home sells on time at a price that you agreed to, guaranteed, or Josh will buy it. Josh's clients voted, and both D Magazine and Texas Monthly ranked him as the best real estate agent in Dallas. Real estate mogul and Shark Tank star Barbara Corcoran only recommends Josh in DFW. And if I lived in Dallas and needed my home sold, guess what? I'd call Josh DeShong, and you should too. Call Josh now at 972-325-6644. Or go online at getsold.net. That's 972-325-6644 or getsold.net and start packing.
You want to feel connected, informed, included, inspired. So when important things happen, we're here. Your local radio and TV broadcasters. America's #1 source for news, weather, and information on your radio, TV, computer, tablet, and smartphone. We are broadcasters, always here for you, wherever here may be. Tell Washington local stations matter by texting radio to 52886. Furnished by NAB and the station. Message and data rates may apply.
In these uncertain times, you can't afford to take chances. So come on out to the Tier 1 Gun Show this weekend, August 22nd and 23rd at the Mesquite Rodeo Convention Center. You'll find everything you need to protect yourself and your family. Guns, knives, ammo, accessories, survival supplies, and much, much more, all in a safe, fun, and family-friendly environment. Parking is free, so be sure to come on out, buy, sell, or trade at the Tier 1 Gun Show this weekend at the Mesquite Rodeo Convention Center. Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Visit tier1gunshows.com. That's tier1gunshows.com. Be there.
660 AM The Answer. 660 AMTheAnswer.com. If it's important to you, it's on the Wells Report on 660 AM The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. I misjudged how long it was going to take me to eat this little snacky that I'm eating. And so now I can go ahead and talk without fear of a piece of that candy bar, which is actually not a candy bar, it's a protein bar, being inhaled into my lungs. That's dangerous. Yeah. So there are three groups of miscreants involved in this Ashley Madison mess. One, the original creators of Ashley Madison and those other silly, affiliated websites. Let's just say Ashley Madison. Those are the people that came up with it. They are the serpents in the Garden of Eden. There are the people who are lured by the temptation. Arguably, the Adams and Eves that are no longer enamored with their current mates and are looking for someone else. And then there are these hackers that use their computer acumen to hack into the lives of any number of people who have decided to violate the 8th commandment. Thou shalt not commit adultery. So, what do we do here? Who of these groups is the most evil? I would say the hackers. That's what I would say. The next group that I would have a problem with would be the creators, the serpents in the Garden of Eden. The third group would be the Adams and Eves, who felt like they wanted to shop around a little bit and violate their oaths. Now, what I want to know is this. What business is any of this of ours? We're reporting it because it's a news story that I cannot escape. It's been a news story for a week. And so I ask to see, because I said, the real morality is whether or not you would go see if your husband or wife would be among the email addresses exposed by these hackers. Would you do that? That way you can have a piece in this immoral garbage dump. Your morality can be tested. I would tell you this without a shred of hesitation. I would not find out whether I would not go to this website, this hacker's website, to find out if a mate of mine was listed among the Ashley Madison cheaters for love nor money. You know why? Because it's none of my business. Because that would be between my wife and God. Or do you disagree? Would you become the crusading Christ-like figure who would throw the first stone? Wait a minute, that doesn't work, does it? No, it doesn't. This is the Wells Report.
Hey everybody, Mark Davis for my friends at Viascan of Las Colinas. We're always concerned about heart disease and cancer, and we should be. You ever hear those stories about the first sign that somebody had of heart problems when they died of a heart attack? The first evidence of any kind of cancer was after it was too big to be operable. Early detection is everything. Information is power, and honestly, sometimes information is survival. This is what Viascan of Las Colinas is all about. Viascan of Las Colinas. My friend John Duncan and the gang with the body scan, the well-view scan, they call it, all the vital organs there between the shoulder and the pelvis, making sure there's no heart plaques or blockages, no little cancer spots that could rise up and take you down. This is affordable, preventive healthcare. It is not uncomfortable. It is not claustrophobic. It's fantastic. I love it, and I love the information. It's good to know what's going on inside your body. Be Viascan certain. 972-739-2840. 972-739-2840, or just Google Viascan.
Frank, I really think we need an American Home Shield home warranty.
But we have homeowners insurance.
I'm worried about our home appliances and systems breaking down, like our air conditioner. Homeowners insurance doesn't cover any of that. A home warranty does.
But homeowners insurance covers stuff that might happen, like a meteor crashing into our house or a Bigfoot attack.
A Bigfoot attack?
There's a Bigfoot outside now.
That's the neighbor's dog.
Sounds like a Bigfoot.
Homeowners insurance can cover the things that might happen, like Bigfoot destroying your home. But an American Home Shield home warranty covers what will happen, like your home systems and appliances breaking down. Protect your budget from covered breakdowns of up to 21 major home systems and appliances, your air conditioner, plumbing, refrigerator, and more. For valuable free information, call 1-800-900-9517.
Pretty sure that's a Bigfoot.
For valuable free information about an American Home Shield home warranty, call 1-800-900-9517. That's 1-800-900-9517. 1-800-900-9517.
I'm Steve Sidkowski, a former Wall Street insider. I'm holding a book that will show you investing strategies which could help you earn the kind of money you've always dreamed about. And right now, I'm giving this book away for free. So who needs to read it? If you're in the middle of your career and worry you'll never have enough money to retire, you need to read this book. If you're already retired and your income isn't enough, you need to read this book. And if you don't want to be selling burgers at 80, you need to read this free book. It includes the strategy I use to make a 72% profit on a trade where the stock only moved 12%. You'll need at least $1 million to ever fully retire. If you're behind on that goal, you really need to read Trade Like the Pros. And you can for free by calling 1-800-708-4557. Skeptical that it will deliver results? It's a free book, so what do you have to lose? Find out how at 1-800-708-4557. 1-800-708-4557.
Dallas Baptist University Women's Night Out featuring Shonda Pierce, Thursday, October 15th, 2015, with Lindsay McCall and Karen Williams.
You ever tried to put on a pair of Spanx in an airplane bathroom? My body twisted in ways I didn't know could.
Focus on the funny. Get your women's group together for a fun night out. Women's Night Out at Northwood Church in Keller, Texas.
So, there I was. I didn't want to give in to the peer pressure, but they already had their bags of mascara out and their lipstick, and I'm like, what I got? Blistex.
Tickets on sale at iTickets.com. Call 1-800-965-9324. For group tickets, go to getgrouptickets.com or call 844-381-4751. Buy 10 or more reserved seats at one time and save $5 per ticket. Buy 30 or more reserved seats at one time and save $5 per ticket and get 2 free tickets. From Salem Media Group, Inc. and Awakening Events.
Got a lot on your to-do list? Now, during Kubota's Power to Do Great Things sales event, get a great deal on an L3301 or 3901 tractor with a live continuous running rear PTO. Now get financing as low as 0% APR for up to 5 years. And great customer instant rebates when you buy a new L3301 or 3901 and 2 implements. Now through September 30th, 2015. Call toll-free 1-888-465-8268 for details about cost and terms.
For more information or to find a participating dealer, visit Kubota.com.
The founder of Lumber Liquidators has returned and is taking us back to basics so you can get the best selection of quality hardwood at the best price. This week, get clearance deals on pre-finished hardwood starting at $129. Hand-scraped tobacco road acacia for much less than what you'd pay elsewhere. More from 59 cents and 18 months financing.
Hi, I'm Tom Sullivan. I started Lumber Liquidators over 20 years ago with the basic idea, cutting out the middlemen, just good wood at a good price.
Sale ends Tuesday. Visit lumberliquidators.com to find a store near you.
660 AM, The Answer. Only for Texas. This is the Wells Report on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. How are you? 866-660-5759. 866-660-5759 is our telephone number. Tomorrow morning, bright and early, say around 7 o'clock, you'll be able to find Mark Davis. He'll be talking about this.
Hey, JD, good Wednesday evening. I know we have a new president to find in campaign stories, and we'll cover them tomorrow morning for sure. But we also need to pay some attention to some news events in our fallen world. The subway pitchman outed for child porn, the adultery website trying to moralize against hackers, shining light on them, local school districts racking up various crimes against children. What is the path out of this? Is there one? We'll take a look. Hope everybody takes the path into our Thursday morning show. See y'all in the morning, 7 to 10 a.m. right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.
Yes, you will. Mark Davis, you wonderful human being. Okay, so we have been treated in our nation to a couple of very interesting people. One of them is Rachel Dolezal. Rachel Dolezal is a Caucasian woman who identifies as African American and has lived as an African American most of her adult life. Well, I talked a little bit about that, mainly as an object of curiosity. Well, now we have a male analog. His name is Shaun King. He is a key figure in the Black Lives Matter movement. Apparently, he is a high-profile campaigner against police brutality. He's a justice correspondent for the liberal Daily Cause website, who told Rebel magazine in 2012 that he was biracial. The magazine reported that he is the son of a Caucasian mother and an African-American father. He has described himself as a mixed with a black family on Twitter. He's been lionized by the press, praised as a hero of civil rights and social activism. He has written extensively about a childhood in which he was terrorized by decades of racial tensions. He claims to have been the focus of constant abuse by the resident rednecks of his school. Yet, in recent weeks, I'll tell you why I was laughing in a minute. Yet, in recent weeks, rumors have been circulating about his ethnicity. A 1995 police incident report lists Shaun King's ethnicity as white. A blogger, Vicky Pate, who has been assembling forensic accounts of Shaun King's background family tree on her blog, Renews It, has published her findings that claim that King is entirely white and says a birth certificate, which Breitbart has since independently acquired from the Kentucky Office of Vital Statistics, names a white man as his father. Shaun King uses black and white photographs of himself online rather than color images. May have misled African-American hero Oprah Winfrey by applying for and then accepting an Oprah scholarship to the historically black Morehouse College. Oprah scholarships are given exclusively to black men. In his Daily Cause diary, King refers to himself as a brother, writing, Oprah Winfrey paid my way through Morehouse. The leadership scholarship that I received from her is why I have a college degree today. 500 other brothers have the exact same story. Shaun King's biography has attracted the attention of bloggers and journalists thanks to several bizarre inconsistencies in his public claims. He often struggles when he's asked to recall basic facts about his own life. For instance, in August of 2014, King wrote on Twitter that he was father to 3 black girls, while 6 months earlier, he claimed to be a father of 4. It is, of course, possible a family tragedy is responsible for the inconsistency, but the unexplained change in biographical details is not a one-off. In October of 2009, King claimed to have endured 4 spinal surgeries. By February of 2010, the number of surgeries had shrunk to 3. Maybe he lost one of the surgeries with one of his daughters. There's also confusion about an alleged car crash that may or may not have happened. As it turns out, these explosive new racial allegations are just the latest in a string of controversies surrounding Sean King. On July 21st, a conservative blog reported that his account of a brutal, racially motivated beating in 1995, which at least 2 reports have been described as Kentucky's first hate crime, did not match up with a police report from the case. Yeah. King has related the story of the hate crime on his blogs and in recent self-help books, seemingly to bolster his credibility as an activist and as a self-help guru. While King has said that he was attacked by up to a dozen racist and redneck students, official records show that the altercation involved only one other student. And while King has claimed that he suffered a brutal beating that left him clinging to life, the police report characterized King's injuries as minor. It goes on. What I'm trying to figure out is this. 1, was Sean King, before we found out about all of this, still the Sean King that was lionized by the press, praised as a hero of civil rights and social activism? Was he not actually leading that life? Was that life a lie as well as his apparent background? Or was that actually real? Then, of course, there's the issue of the reality of all of it, at least for me. How should we measure Sean King? By the color of his skin or by the contents of his character? Martin would say the latter. Did this confused man do good works? Yes. Are they rendered moot by his actual background or a supposed actual background? Let's assume that he is indeed white. Do those good works disappear? Or are they reevaluated? And if so, how? Now, it's not just as simple as that. Obviously, it's not. I've been called a brother by black men. I've called black men my brother. That's not fraud. Taking a scholarship away from a black man, courtesy of Oprah Winfrey, however, is fraud. Writing a column in the Daily Cause as someone who has a background that is fictitious is also fraud. But once again, before you find out the reality of the person named Sean King, what I'm trying to find out is, was he doing good work? Eight 660-5759. 866-660-5759. Was he doing good work? Maybe. Probably. I mean, there's a certain level of we're not sureism. There is a certain level of that. Because, well, obviously, you know, there's some holes in the story. Also, obviously, you have to look at this and you got to say, well, you know, he doesn't have the right to say what he's saying, or does he? You know, In America, we can say anything we want to. Once again, this sets aside the fraudulent aspects of this. And I understand it does. But what I'm trying to figure out is, okay, aside from the black man who did not get the scholarship that Sean King got, and aside from the job, which may or may not have come based on the racial background of Sean King, which, by the way, we know to be discriminatory, it seems to me that if he was indeed hired for the color of his skin, that is bigotry, regardless of whether or not he's white or black. It's still bigotry. And it's supposed to be against the law. But then again, you got to keep in mind, it's only discrimination if a white man is guilty of it. If a black man's guilty of it, it's social justice. Oh, I see. Okay. There's another interesting part of this that I find curious. And that is the question, why would people want to impersonate the downtrodden? Well, let's see. It got you a college education at Morehouse, and it got you a job at the Daily Cause, and it got you lionized by the press, praised as a hero of civil rights and social activism. Not bad for a white guy. Here's what I think. I don't think it should matter, except for the fraud. I think that the United States the people of the United States have been played like fools, using race as the pick for decades, if not centuries. Frederick Douglass was elected to Congress from a southern state. You know, of all the people in America's past, I think I'd want to talk to him first, followed by Abraham Lincoln, but certainly Frederick Douglass. You know what I'd ask him? I'd say, Mr. Congressman, may I ask, please, are you the victim of racism? And I bet you I know what he'd say. He'd say, have I experienced it? Absolutely. Am I a victim of it? Absolutely not. How long ago was that? 150 years ago? We solved this problem 150 years ago. We lost it. And then we solved it 70 years ago. And then in 2008, we lost it again. I wonder if I will live to see the day when none of this matters. You know, before President Obama became the president, I might have said yes. You're listening to the Wells Report.
Hi, I'm John Hill, founder of the Good Contractors List. I get asked a lot if the Good Contractors List is like Angie's List, so I thought I'd take the time to do a comparison and let you decide. On the Good Contractors List, we actually meet every one of our contractors face-to-face and have an extensive screening process. On Angie's List, you can pay to read reviews. On the Good Contractors List, if issues arise with our contractors, we get physically involved and will come to your home if necessary. On Angie's List, you can pay to write a bad review. The Good Contractors List takes into consideration things like overhead and sales tactics when choosing our contractors. On Angie's List, you can pay to read reviews. If one of our contractors refuses to fix a problem, we investigate fully and pay up to $10,000 of our own money to get it fixed. On Angie's List, you can write a bad review and you're on your own. The Good Contractors List is absolutely free with a $10,000 guarantee. Reviews are good. Responsibility is better.
Contractors List.
There are two types of water heaters, thankless and tankless. The thankless kind work like this.
Mom, I'm throwing in a load of laundry.
Whoa, hold off on that. I'm hopping in the shower.
Is this a good time to turn on the dishwasher?
This is not a good time to turn on the dishwasher.
Renai's tankless water heaters, on the other hand, work this way.
I'm throwing in a load of laundry.
No problem. I'm hopping in the shower.
Renai's innovative tankless water heaters provide an endless supply of hot water whenever you need it, even for multiple tasks at the same time. Plus, they feature a space-saving design and ultra-efficient performance for monthly energy savings. So enjoy hot water that's always ready when you are.
Is this a good time to turn on the dishwasher?
Go for it.
And never discourage your children from washing dishes again. Renai tankless water heaters, the hot way to heat water. Learn more about Renai's industry-leading products at www.renai.us. That's RINNAI.us.
This isn't a commercial. It's a gift to anyone who's sick and tired of dealing with their hearing loss. Because we'll give everyone who calls a risk-free trial of a life-changing hearing breakthrough called Listen Clear. Not only that, we'll also give you free shipping and free batteries for life. But you must call now. 1-800-943-2757. Listen Clear is precisely designed by top audio engineers to fit your ear almost invisibly. And you can adjust Listen Clear to find the perfect way to hear everything, wherever you are and whatever you're doing. Listen Clear is so invisible, people may not even know you're wearing it. And it's so lightweight, you may even forget you're wearing it too. So if you're sick of dealing with your hearing loss, let us give you a 100% risk-free home trial with free shipping and free batteries for life. For free information, call now. 1-800-943-2757. That's 1-800-943-2757. 1-800-943-2757.
Hey, when choosing a financial advisor, outstanding reputation, decades of experience, and a successful track record are very important. The good news is I have someone I would like for you to meet. Hey, Sean Hannity here for my friend Bob Guess at Texas First Financial. Now, Bob Guess is an author, a speaker, an educator who has taught at SMU and other prestigious campuses in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Now, with his experience and the help of his team, Bob's clients earn a 9% return on their investments. That's a 9% return backed 100% by hard assets and no market volatility. Now, it's time you placed your investments with one of Texas Monthly's top advisors. Now, I know attractive, predictable, stable returns on your investments are important to you. Call Bob and his team today at 972-570-4444. That's 972-570-4444 for 9% returns and no market risk. Now make sure you check him out yourself. Tell him Sean Hannity sent you.
We gave Tom 12 seconds to give 6 reasons why he opened a Mathnasium Learning Center franchise.
Okay. Great income potential. Doing good for kids. Doing what I love. Making math make sense to kids. 500 centers open already. 1 every 3 days. Mathnasium taught me the business. Helps me. Supports me.
Time's up. Pretty good. For franchise information, visit mathnasium.com or take the first step right now. Call 855-361-MATH. That's 855-361-6284.
Kid, this facility is like a ship. So how do I keep us on course without micromanaging every detail? Easy, with Grainger. Grainger's online tools help give me the visibility I need. I can shop, order, and manage all our activity. Oversee purchases, control costs, all while you guys get to order what you need when you need it. I run a tight ship, kid. I run it with Grainger. Get it? Got it? Good. Learn more at Grainger.com/online purchasing. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
660 AM, The Answer. 660 AM, TheAnswer.com. The Wells Report, a daily good old-fashioned North Texas barbecue. of anybody trying to take advantage of us on 660 AM. The Answer.
I never saw anybody ever fight better than Roy Jones Jr. Roy Jones Jr. was one of the most amazing fighters I've ever seen in my life. And it went on really, really well until he decided that he was going to fight as a light heavyweight and got knocked completely on his butt. Was it Winky Wright? I think it was Winky that got him. I think it was Winky Wright that got him. When you saw the picture of Roy Jones Jr.'s face compressing along with the glove being worn, I believe, on the left hand of Winky Wright. No, it was right hand. He was right. It made me wince just seeing the picture. Ow. Well, this kind of makes me wince too, as Roy Jones Jr. has asked President Vladimir Putin of Russia for Russian citizenship over a cup of tea the other day. Yeah. What he's doing is doing business in Russia and would like to perhaps live in Russia as a Russian citizen. I'm trying to figure out if that bugs me or not. Does that bug me? At some level, it does. The executive producer of the Wells Report is Vicki Steifer. Technical director, conductor of the Wells Report Orchestra is Magic Matt Swinney. My name's Jon-David Wells. Thanks very much for listening to this edition of the Wells Report.
2 little tablets is all it takes to get thicker, fuller hair, guaranteed. Viviscal is the #1 drug-free hair growth supplement in the U.S., with 1 box being sold every minute globally. It's clinically proven, loved by celebrities, and recommended by doctors. And right now, a 90-day supply of Viviscal is being offered in your area risk-free plus free shipping. Call 800-481-7987. Viviscal nourishes thinning hair from within. It makes thin hair full hair beautiful, and promotes the growth of thicker, fuller hair guaranteed. Viviscal is so effective, 96% of women would recommend it to a friend. Listen to this.
It's vibrant, shiny, bouncy, everything you want your hair to be. I love Viviscal because it works. It completely works.
Want to try Viviscal? Every listener that calls can try it risk-free for 90 days, plus free shipping. Get thicker, fuller hair guaranteed. Call now, 800-481-7987. 800-481-7987. That's 800-481-7987.
I had the home of my dreams, but one day I noticed cracks in the wall by the front door, as well as the kitchen window. A neighbor recommended Abacus Foundation Repair. He said they're the best foundation repair company in Dallas, and they use an advanced system on your foundation called Millennium Composite Pilings that'll last 1,000 years. Well, I went to their website, abacusfoundationrepair.com, and saw that they have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, and the world's leading service company review website recommended them highly. And the best part? They haven't had a complaint in the last 13 years. So I called them, and I'm happy I did. Abacus Foundation Repair guaranteed their work, and they gave me a lifetime transferable warranty.
If you see cracks in the walls of your home or your doors don't shut properly, call Abacus Foundation Repair at 972-406-9000. That's 972-406-9000. Or go to abacusfoundationrepair.com. If you want your foundation fixed right the first time, call Abacus Foundation Repair.
In these uncertain times, you can't afford to take chances. So come on out to the Tier 1 Gun Show this weekend, August 22nd and 23rd at the Mesquite Rodeo Convention Center. You'll find everything you need to protect yourself and your family. Guns, knives, ammo, accessories, survival supplies, and much, much more, all in a safe, fun, and family-friendly environment. Parking is free, so be sure to come on out, buy, sell, or trade at the Tier 1 Gun Show this weekend at the Mesquite Rodeo Convention Center. Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Visit tier1gunshows.com. That's tier1gunshows.com. Be there.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group on the NASDAQ as SALM, KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Brett Larson. 9 people have been arrested amid protests after St. Louis police officers serving a search warrant ended up killing one man.
2 armed men ran out the back door. One of the men turned and fired at police officers, we're told, who were in pursuit. Police then fired back, killing the man.
Fox News' Trace Gallagher. Protests continue at this hour. Donald Trump at a town hall in New Hampshire explaining why he doesn't take campaign money from from big donors.
All of that money that's going to Hillary and Jeb and Scott and Marco and all of them. The people that are putting up that money it's like puppets.
Democratic presidential hopeful Martin O'Malley paid a visit to Trump's International Hotel in Las Vegas this morning. Along with workers attempting to unionize, he hopes to get the coveted union endorsement. Fox News, we report, you decide.
660 AM, The Answer.
Dennis Gibbs, the boat guy, here with the Big Boat and Outdoor Show. It's boating time, folks, so don't forget to tune in to the only boating talk show on 660 AM The Answer every Saturday evening from 6 to 7 p.m. Brought to you by BoatSelect.com, the site with thousands of boats for sale, or list your boat for free on BoatSelect.com. I know you have questions about your boat or one you're buying. Email those questions to me at BigBoatShow@yahoo.com.
Watching the news, you may wonder, what would I do if something happened at my office, church, or school? In today's society, being prepared